Ladies and gents, turn up your hunger. We're riding out to XCARET Mexican restaurant. Kicking it with Bobby, Luis, Lisette, and the crew that brings the flavor. Brought to you by the voice of the media broadcaster. Buddy, you remind me of a quesadilla. Slow cooked beef and consomme. Dripping just like a waterfall. Oh, buddy, I fell in love down in XCARET. But to the sounds of the sizzle, yeah. Played by chef on the plancha.
How we doing, sports fans? We're back here at XCARET Mexican Restaurant, and that's right, it's time for another game day grub segment. And this time, this is the one that everybody asks about. Where do you find birria tacos? Well, you find them right here at XCARET Mexican Restaurant, folks. Now, before you settle in to watch the game, whether you're by yourself trying to figure out what you want for dinner, or maybe you're organizing your viewing party and you're trying to figure out how to feed a bunch of people, your solution? Call in your order now. XCARET Mexican Restaurant, one of our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Whether it's one person or 30, 50, you name it, they can feed you. With their catering options that they have available, the large party room that they have, they can seat and accommodate large groups. So come on in here to XCARET Mexican Restaurant. See what they have to offer. Because folks, some of the finest dining you're going to find here in Tiffin and Seneca County. Today, we're here to highlight one of the fan favorites. It's kind of a hidden item on the menu. You got to search to find it. These are called the queso tacos, otherwise known as birria tacos. Now, these are served as 3 tacos, and these are crispy, crunchy shells grilled on a flat top with beef, cheese inside, folded over. But here we go. I'm going to one-hand this because I got the mic going on here, but and we got to get some onions and cilantro in there. They serve it with a red hot sauce. I'm not much of a spice guy, so I'm not going to do a whole lot of it, but I'm going to do a little bit. Because you know what? You got to have a little bit. Well, kick don't hurt nobody, because I want the flavor. The flavor is phenomenal. And just, I mean, yeah, these are going in there. So, now she's ready to dunk. So here we go. Dunking. And going in. Give me a minute. I'm experiencing something right now. Are you seriously just gonna sit here and watch me eat? Get your own. Birria tacos. Consomme. Make it happen. Put it in your belly. This is the place to get it, right here. XCARET Mexican Restaurant. Call in your order right now. 15% off your order. Only if you told them you heard about it on Heart of Ohio Sports. ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bascom, Ohio. We're live here at Chieftains Stadium for tonight's SBC River matchup between the 6-0 Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains and the 5-1 Margaretta Polar Bears. I'm Nate Mullins on the call with Tommy Hall. We've got the Wizard Greg Kinn on the ones and twos, Donnie Hannam on the main cam, and Brendon Blott down on the sidelines. You're tuned in here on the XCARET Mexican Restaurant pregame show. Folks, this is the game that a lot of us have had circles on our schedules all season long, especially since the way things have played out over the course of this year. This game has just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and now, Tommy, it looks like this is potentially, could be, I know we don't like speaking in future sense, but this potentially could be for the SBC River Championship tonight.
Oh, and a whole lot more on the line, especially if you're the Margaretta Polar Bears coming into tonight with vengeance on your mind, as we go 1 year ago being upended 16-7 in that first encounter, but then being throttled in the postseason 48-6 to have their season come to an end. So a lot of things to kind of dwell on, a lot of things to put up on the bulletin board, and I know Hopewell-Loudon was one of that bulletin board material for these Margaretta Polar Bears coming in to Week 7 here tonight with a 5-1 Polar Bear squad taking on the undefeated Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains.
And what a matchup this one is, folks. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you share the video. Like and follow and subscribe to us on all of our platforms. Anyone that you're watching on, please help us out. Share the video with all of your friends. It helps us reach new audiences. Once again, live here on the pregame show brought to you by XCARET Mexican Restaurant. And Tommy, you broke down this game a little bit, but if you don't mind, go through that sponsor list and thank all of our sponsors who are responsible for why we're here tonight, because without them, well, folks, we just wouldn't be here.
Absolutely. And again, you're watching this one live and paywall free. Thanks.
All right, there's the national anthem courtesy of the Hopewell-Loudon Marching Band. But Tommy, if you would.
The best land and the best game that you can watch right here live and paywall free. Thank you to XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Hope and FOSTORIA, Legacy Federal Credit Union, CLOUSE Construction, NLS Professional Grounds, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, VICEK Orthodontics, Drawn to the Surface, RIEHM Produce Farm, Joe Bayless Route 30 Harley-Davidson, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Forte Music, Ohio National Guard, Stacy Mowery with Key Realty, Feasels, Frame and Collision, Buckeye IT, Plastinite 3D Printing, Steinman Signs and Graphic Ink, Advantage Overhead Door, Simona's Detailing, First National Bank of Sycamore, SS Cleaning Services, the Edward Jones Offices of Tiffin, Yellowstone Landscaping, Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse, Bascom Communications with Bright Wireless, Wendy's, and CLOUSE Electric, all bringing you this huge SBC River matchup live and paywall free on Heart of Ohio Sports, partner.
That's a scroll right there, brother. That is a heck of a list of sponsors. Folks, I know we roll through that list really fast, but please do us a favor. Any of those sponsors, if you read them on that list and you're out making your financial decisions, please keep them in mind and tell them Heart of Ohio Sports sent you when you go in there and shop or do whatever you're doing in this area. But Tommy, what a great game we have tonight. A beautiful atmosphere here. 80 degrees game time temperature on October 3rd. How did we get so lucky for this one?
I don't know. For that, we'll have to go down to Brendon Blott with our Yellowstone landscape weather report for tonight's contest. But Nate, once again, the air is palpable here on a warm October night.
We'll talk with Brendon Blott here in just a moment about the weather report, once again brought to you by Yellowstone Landscape. But This is a matchup, folks. Last year, these two teams, when they faced off, Tommy, the reason I want to mention the weather is because last year when these two teams faced off in the regular season, it was kind of a monsoon environment over in Castalia, and it was not friendly to either team's offense as it was a slugfest. 17-6 was the final score. 16-7 was the final score in that one. And, you know, Chieftains in the playoffs got the Margaretta Polar Bears. Polar Bears were looking at it, maybe a revenge matchup, but it just didn't go their way as Chieftains upended them 43-8, I believe was the score in that one. So you got to think these Polar Bears got to come into this one with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Defense has been playing lights out this year. I'm excited to see how this one plays out.
Well, when you play the game, you want to have a short memory, but the memory burns once you have to empty your locker room on Monday morning, thanks to a team like the Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains. So coming into tonight, both teams being tied for the first in the SBC River. We talk about Margaretta's Jake Boy, 19 of 35 passing coming into tonight for 472 yards, 4 touchdowns and a pick. Boy also has a rushing game of 301 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns on the 25 campaign. He's going to be accompanied by Cale Bailey, Boy's favorite target. He has 12 receptions for 287 yards and a couple of touchdowns. But again, the big thing is going to be the difference maker here tonight is the run game. Judah Keller has 70 rushes on the year for 609 yards and 9 touchdowns.
We're just about ready for the opening kick, brought to you by Drawn to the Surface. Hopewell-Loudon will kick it off. And the Polar Bears get the first shot on offense here. And we're underway as the returner fields it at the 23. Brings it back to the 30, up to about the 35-yard line is where the Margaretta Polar Bears will start out with their first possession as number 3, Nolan Hampton on the return. We'd like to welcome anyone watching from the Margaretta Polar Bear community. As I understand, the sports information director shared our link to the stream tonight. So once again, thank you to Corey Britton and all the staff over there at Margaretta for helping us out, sharing our link, sharing our page with all the fans over there at Margaretta. So we're going to have a lot of fans from both sides watching tonight, Tommy. 1st and 10, Margaretta. They bring it on the jet sweep. Hand it off. And a nice carry. First carry of the game goes to Tyson Bailey. And I had the returner wrong. That was Zach Bowie. I was reading the wrong roster there.
Well, we highlighted these Polar Bears. Let's highlight these Chieftains defensively. Mason Reinhardt coming in tonight leading these Chieftains in tackles with 51, along with a sack and fumble recovery. But Brody Brickman leads this team in interceptions with 3 to go with 27 tackle, a force fumble, and a recovery.
And we're just getting started here as the second down carry. Good for a first down. I think that's Judah Keller on the carry.
Yeah, and it's going to be important for this defense to get the pressure and get up there. 3 Chieftains tied for the team lead in sacks with 3. Aiden Ewald, Joe Ewald, and Isaiah Hook. So you look for that front pressure to collapse pockets and give the runner nowhere to go, force them to bounce it to the outside.
Yeah, we're having a little bit of internet issues over here, folks. We'll try to make sure that just shut this thing off. Maybe that might help a little bit.
Oh, take the handoff there.
Boy, gonna sling it deep. He's got a man at the 20, to the 15, down to the 10-yard line. Tyson Bailey on the reception. What a big play by the Polar Bears.
And if you're the Polar Bears, you want to strike early and you want to strike quick. You want to get these Chieftains on their heels because these Chieftains, I'm not sure if they know how to play off-tempo. They really haven't had to face too much adversity this season. They've been able to throttle most of their opponents, and that's because they're able to control the tempo of the game early on, as now the Polar Bears will take over at around the 10-yard line. It's going to be Boy under center. He hands it off.
And Boy on the carry. It's going to be brought down in the backfield. 2-yard loss on the play.
Not bad about that, guys. Left it on the replay screen. That's messing with something else.
Boy. Boy, hand off to Boy.
Let's try and pick it back up now. Well, we had the same, it was doing the same thing last time we were at Bascom here, so.
Yeah, the internet is not the best over here. We even got a new antenna to try to help with the internet issue over here.
We get some good speeds, but it's not that stable.
Try that yellow cord.
And Boy in the shotgun. He's going to keep it. trying to make it up, but he's met by a sea of Chieftains.
Jake Bowie got it down to the 9-yard line. And now it is 3rd and goal. They have it at the 9. They need to get it inside. Well, they need to get it inside the end zone because this is a goal situation. So let's see what the Polar Bears go with here. We'll check in with Brendon Blott here in just a moment, as he'll have our weather report brought to you by Yellowstone Landscape. But now the Polar Bears come out of the huddle. One receiver here on the near side, Judah Keller in the backfield. A T formation here as Keller takes the handoff, and he's got it down to about the 7-yard line, but not much doing there. 4th down coming up. And I think they might be sending out the field goal unit. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Brendon Blott, as he's down there on the sideline. Brendon, how we doing?
Not too bad, Nate. How about yourself up there? It feels way better down here than it does up there.
Yeah, quite a bit better down there, I can only imagine.
It says
4th and goal
77
situation.
right now, but it sure feels way less than that.
77?
Yes.
We'll check back in with you here in just a second. 4th down, they got the field goal unit on the field. Snap is back, ball's down, kick is up.
Whoa.
And the field goal is good. So the Margaretta Polar Bears do not come up empty, and I think that's really key tonight, Tommy. They cannot come up empty on these drives because you're going to have to match scores tonight with this Chieftain offense.
And I tell you, the one lone blemish on this Polar Bears record this season, they can tell you every single point matters because they lost in week 1, 21-22 for Million, and you know that's giving them the sour belches for the past 6 weeks.
And Tommy, this varsity defense boasts a shutout for the last 5 weeks. Now, they've given up some points, but every time they've given up points, it's when they let their JV come in and play some backup time. So they've given up 21 points in the last few weeks, but that was when they had a 40-plus point lead. So this defense comes to play, Tommy. They got a lot of guys that really can make something happen.
Yeah, I think both of these teams really have allowed their defenses to carry them through some one-sided victories to where, again, they've been able to oust opponents and shut them out. As these Chieftains get ready to receive the kickoff after the Polar Bears went up 3-0 here defensively.
Fielded at the 9-yard line. Brickman on the return, and he is hit and dropped right at the 25-yard line. Nice stop on the play. Zach Bowie on the stop.
Yeah, and this defense, we were talking about it, they come out tough. Defensively, the Polar Bears, Keller is the leading tackle with 60 tackles this season, along with 2 interceptions. But Brett Miller, he also complements that with 58 tackles and 3.5 sacks so far this season. Bailey leads the team with 3 IN3. They got it from H level, Nate.
And the handoff goes to Jason Kramer. He's off the left side, picks up a few. Up to about the 31-yard line. That'll be good for a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 coming up. Brendon, let's continue with that weather report. Once again, brought to you by Yellowstone Landscape. You said it's about 77, but, I mean, this is like summer weather. What's going on? This is October, not August.
Beautiful. Amazing.
Whenever you talk to us, you got to turn and look at us. When you turn around, you're blocking the mic.
It feels amazing down here. I was saying it's summer weather.
It is definitely summer weather. And this is going to be offsides against Margaretta.
When you come down with 4-4, bring some pressure off the edge, you're trying to. And again, Hopewell-Loudon caught the Polar Bears with their over-eagerness, cost them a penalty and gets them that much closer. We're on 2nd and 1 now.
3 receivers on the far side of the field. Jacoby Ellis hands off to Jason Kramer. Kramer has it up past the first down marker down to the 39-yard line.
That's a nice cleanup tackle by Judah Keller, not allowing the running back to extend that body out. But nonetheless, they're still going to mark it for the first down here. Brought to you by NLS Professional Grounds, first down.
Keller, part of our Player Spotlight brought to you by VICEK Orthodontics. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. 6:45 left to play here in the first quarter. 3-0 Margaretta. Hopewell-Loudon with their first possession on offense. 1st and 10 at 39-yard line. Ellis brings a man in motion. And now Jacoby Ellis takes the snap. He's going to follow. Actually, that's Brickman on the snap. And Brickman carries it up to about the 45-yard line. I saw the 7, but I guess I should have looked for a 1, too.
That's a nice thing you like about that run game is regardless if you spread out your defense, unable to fill those gaps, and Hopewell-Loudon continues to drive here. 2nd and 5 now.
4 receivers set for the Chieftains. 1 man in the backfield with quarterback Jacoby Ellis. Ellis takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Kramer stopped in the backfield, stood up and dropped, and driven backwards. They're going to say he forward progress, made it back to the line of scrimmage. But that's about it. 3rd and 6 coming up. 3rd and 5.
They brought the blitz from every which side. But it was Cohen Gowler who was able to get in there and get the quarterback on that one.
Once again, both these teams undefeated in conference play. This one should determine the potential SBC River champion. The last 5 times it's been the Chieftains.
3 hands down, expecting pass.
3rd and 5. Ellis slings it left side, nearly intercepted. It is picked off. Judah Keller with the interception. They're going to say no, incomplete.
No, I think it rolled off the back of the Chieftain there, right at the end.
Chieftains catch a lucky break there as they nearly got the deflection on the interception.
Yeah,
Let's take a look at the replay here.
You see here,
I thought he might have caught it like Julian Edelman style here.
No, on the CLOUSE construction replay, he does get it, but they
I thought he caught it off the bounce off the player.
No.
Was it off the ground? All right, I'll take your word for it. You're Nostradamus. You know more than I do. 4th and 5. Punt unit on the field. High snap. But they're able to get it away. This is going to take a friendly roll for the Chieftains all the way inside the 10. Down to the 7-yard line. Nice punt there by number 22, Chris Mohammed. I think that was 22. Brendon, was that 22 on the punt? Did you get that one?
I think it was 26.
26. And I don't have a 26 on my roster. So it couldn't have been a 26. Maybe 20. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Could have been a 28, possibly. They usually looks like a 6 sometimes.
28, potentially. That's Mason Reinhardt. He's a senior.
What a tremendous job by the Polar Bears shutting out the Chieftains on their opening drive. And now they got some real estate they got to tear up here.
Boy fakes the handoff, throws it over the middle. He's got it complete to his man, Mason Cromer, on the reception.
Yeah, right off the rip. Also gets the Polar Bears out of precarious territory here with a huge run right off rip on first down. Wow. Good for an NLS professional grounds first down. Boy, they hand off.
And nothing doing there. Hopewell defense all over that one. Loss of a yard on that.
So the Polar Bears, after a huge run up the gut to start this drive, they get stuffed on first down here. Brings up a 2nd and 11. They'll lose a yard there. As now you're going to have Boy in the gun here with 3 on his left. 3 on his right here.
Boy slings it. Complete. What a catch. And into the open. Big play by Tyson Bailey all the way inside the 30 down to the 29 and a flag at the end of the play. We'll see what the call is here.
And look at
but
that.
What a play by Bailey. This is going to get the defense.
And this Castalia team, they travel well. As you see the fans packing in the stands on the visitor side, lights out, white out, and you see a lights out play right there by Bailey to set, well, after the penalty now, that's going to set the Polar Bears right around the RIEHM Farm red zone.
Wow, a phenomenal start for Margaretta as they are now right on the edge of the RIEHM red zone, like Tommy said.
I went ahead and marked it as the red zone.
It might as well be.
That's close enough. Speaking of them, don't forget this weekend, Nate, is, what is it, Baby's First Pumpkin Weekend or something
It
like
is.
that out there? All kinds of
Boy
activities.
fakes the handoff, going to keep it, and the defense read that one beautifully.
And this is where the Chieftains defense likes to shore up. They have a bend but do not break mentality. The Polar Bears in 3 plays burn the Chieftains for 70 yards, and now it's here in the red zone. That's where you put your working hat on, boy.
That's right. We'll talk about the keys to the game brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. You know, for Hopewell-Loudon tonight, it's key for them. They've got to keep their offense, keep the Polar Bear offense off the field. That's key. Try to keep your offense on the field. Stay in third and short situations. Make them go the distance, which means make them go the length of the field, like they're doing right here. This drive started at the 8-yard line, and now here they are down to the 17-yard line as the carry there by Zach Bowie gets it inside the 20 down to the 19, but a third down coming up here. For Margaretta, keys to the game, Polar Bears have to stay true to their identity. Don't force anything over the middle. That's really key. But also, rally to the ball and force some turnovers here tonight. And they almost had one earlier, but they've been really doing a great job rallying to the ball. This defense, boy, they fit the bill, Tommy.
Well, here's the thing. What a huge third down. You want to convert here. Get yourself into 4-down territory.
Fake the handoff. Bowie slings it over the middle, completes it to his receiver. Broken tackle,
Wow,
and
I
he's
think
got
he's
it
gonna get
near
it.
the first down marker.
Man.
That should
They
move
got
the
it.
chains. It will.
And what a way to fight for the yards after contact there by Mason Cromer. And again, if you're Margaretta, you got the Chieftains on the road. You got a 3-point lead. You want to score a touchdown here and stretch this thing out to 10. Tell you, 6 points, I mean, those are some blue-collar points to have the Chieftains try to make up in a hurry, but 10 points. Those have some equity in them, pal.
This offense got a lot of fireworks, though, Tommy. 2 receivers off to the far side. Bowie's going to keep it on the quarterback keeper, and not a whole lot of running room there as the defensive line really collapsed the middle of that.
Yeah, they licked their fingers and smothered the fuse there on the fireworks for that play.
44 seconds left here in the first quarter, and the Polar Bears have eaten up a lot of clock here in this first quarter, Tommy. They've had the ball for the majority of this first quarter.
Look at the big red machine down there. Look at that shot that Donnie's got there. Big red machine looking to eat.
Donnie, 6, man, whatever.
You have to work here for more than 6 games for me to get to know your name.
Donnie did baseball, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Second down and goal. They bring a man in motion. They're going to turn around and hand off. No, they fake the handoff.
Wow.
Beautiful fake by Bowie. They sling it left side and incomplete as the intended receiver in the area, Cale Bailey. But that's going to bring up third and goal.
Wait, look here. King Aiden Ewald, the homecoming king, looking to,
Just breathing down on him. there.
yeah, looking to crush Bailey under the weight of the crown here.
Not crush under the weight of the crown. 4 seconds left here in the first quarter. 3-0 Margaretta. Polar Bears have it. Third and goal. Ball right on the 10-yard line.
I tell you what, and in a blink of an eye, we're about out of time in the first stanza of action here in the first quarter.
Boy, back to pass, slings it left side, incomplete. He was looking outside for Cale Bailey, but that one falls to the turf, incomplete.
I don't know exactly if that's drawn up as like a little wide receiver screen or if it was just meant to be a slant. But that one has to come out a lot quicker, Nate. You can't float that up there.
Yep.
You can get that on the post. You just gotta throw it to him. He was fast enough to get there. Normally you throw a pass like that up for your tight end, but if that's gonna do it here for the first quarter of action here from Bascom, Nate.
We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. The barn is back, and so is the fun. Starting September 20th, explore RIEHM's famous corn maze. Meet friendly barnyard animals and make memories that last all season long. Barnyard Fun runs through October 26th, so don't miss it. At RIEHM's Produce Farm, where fun grows. Find out more at funacres.net. Heart of Ohio Sports is your home for live video streaming of high school football. Don't settle for the rest when you can go with the best, right here on the pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports. From school fields to business fronts, NLS Professional Grounds brings your vision to life with precision field painting, game lines, custom logos, even giant flags, perfect for sports events or standing out in a big way. Crisp, clean, and built to impress. Make your mark. Call NLS Professional Grounds today. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here in Bascom, live at Chieftains Stadium.
They kicked the field goal there, didn't they?
And the field goal is good for the Polar Bears, puts them up 6-0 here with 11:56 left to play in the first half. The Polar Bears have 2 drives inside the red zone, but just 2 field goals to show for it, Tommy.
Well, I
don't know if that's going to get it done against these Chieftains,
I'm telling you, that was 4-down territory because the Chieftains, like to your point, aren't going to afford you those luxuries. So, I mean, yeah, you want to complete the drive with points, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you got to go for the jugular against a team that's undefeated and play with house money, Nate, as you always like to put it.
I would say at this point so far, you know, the Chieftains only had the ball one time, but the Polar Bears ate up that whole quarter, and maybe they're feeling confident in their defense here, and they said, you know, hey, they haven't scored on us yet, so if they can keep them off the field, they might have a chance here with the 3 points each time.
That's
Brendon's right down there next to Jacoby Ellis. Brendon, any nervousness on that sideline? I mean, they haven't really had the ball a whole lot in that first quarter, but what's the feeling along the sidelines right now?
I think it's definitely tense down there. I don't know how many times they've gotten down this early, but they seem to get that punch in the mouth like, okay, we got to get going with this drive now.
I think they answered the bill, being able to shut them down and close it to just a field goal on that drive. But, you know, that one was a 90-plus yard drive, Tommy, and it ended with just a field goal, but it took up about 6 minutes worth of clock.
Well, as we like to put it in some of these battle-tested defenses, that bend but do not break mentality, that's something to continuously keep an eye on each and every week as these Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains, they always are battle-tested.
Don't forget, folks, you can submit your picture of how you're watching the game to be selected for our Fan of the Game, brought to you by YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants. Just show us a picture of how you're watching the game. Show us your setup, with you included, obviously. And be entered to win our Fan of the Game. We'll reveal that in the post-game show. Actually, no, we're doing it different now. We'll reveal that at halftime. As Brendon.
Who was last week's Fan of the Game? Do you remember? I got it here.
Yeah, Seneca Sue ended up taking that one home because she was cheering through the whole game. I mean, they were down big time, and she just kept right on cheering through. So it was hard not to give it to her when she's standing down there ringing that cowbell the whole time. But Brendon will select our Fan of the Game from the crowd, but you also have a chance to enter as well if you want to get your name entered. Get yourself entered. Send us a picture of how you're watching the game. They fake the handoff. Ellis going to sling it down the middle of the field, and Judah Keller comes up with the pick. What a diving interception by the senior Judah Keller.
How did Judah Keller turn the jets on to catch up to that ball and make an interception in stride? That was actually a beautifully thrown ball, Nate. That was going to land right into the basket of the awaiting receiver. He had a beat on it, but Judah Keller, I can't believe that.
This Margaretta defense is for real, folks. A lot of people were saying, did they really play anybody, though? Have they played anybody yet? I would like to think that they have definitely shown tonight so far that they come to play.
Well, you see here once again on the CLOUSE construction replay, Ellis winds this one back, has his receiver, but just...
You see receivers that can't even catch the ball like that.
Boy slings it complete.
Catches it over his shoulder as Boy...
Nice little pitch and catch there as Boy finds his man Tyson Bailey. And Boy's got an interesting release because he's very over the top, but it almost looks like the ball's coming down, doesn't it, Brendon? I mean, you got a better look at it than I do. It's a little interesting release there.
It's definitely different for a quarterback. It's not really over the top, but he gets good spiral and obviously can throw it a deep ball right there. It's definitely different.
Yeah.
I think a lot of time that comes to rhythm, especially in a balanced attack. Used to running the ball is going to throw you off of your throwing pattern.
Boy fakes the handoff, pressure right away, throws it up in the air, and there's nobody over there. Boy, he took a shot.
Yeah.
As number 13, Eli Benner applied the pressure. I mean, unblocked off the edge. Just a clean shot right on the quarterback.
Hey, brands the HL right on the Boy at midfield.
I'm surprised that wasn't a grounding. There was nobody near that, Tommy.
So does it count as
I was
grounding
gonna
if you
say,
don't aim it?
I'm not so sure that the defender also didn't get a little bit of the bit of piece
that's
of it
true.
as it was really coming from the quarterback's hand. So it's tough to call, but nonetheless, Hopewell-Loudon after. That's the thing, Nate. You got to get more than one play in a row. You got to win
right.
more than one play at a time.
You're
you got to
absolutely
continue to win, and like you said in the UIS Insurance and Investments Keys of the Game, you got to force these Polar Bears into uncomfortable third down situations.
Yep. And that's key. It really is. You have to get these Polar Bears into third and long, second and long, to where they're not just rolling with their offense and just rolling downhill.
Somebody's got a droney boy up over the field there.
A little droney boy up there. Once again, this timeout brought to you by our friends at Joe Bailiff's Route 30 Harley-Davidson in Upper Sandusky. Anything special going on this weekend over there?
Parts of Palooza, pal.
Parts of Palooza.
Yeah, all your select genuine licensed HD parts and accessories. Again, can't really take the lid off of it, but there's some huge deals going on over there in the parts section tomorrow at Joe Bailiff's Route 30 Harley-Davidson.
Head on over. Walk in, ride out.
We'll also continue to go into these VICEK orthodontic player spotlights.
Yeah, I want to talk about that here as Greggy put together some really good graphics for both of these players tonight. Polar Bears have it, the handoff. And I'll tell you what, this Chieftains run defense has been stout here tonight.
Yeah.
Most of the damage that the Polar Bears have done has been through the air, Tommy.
And on 3rd and 11, Greg, what makes this offense so potent?
I tell you, they've always seemed pretty balanced to me, honestly, guys. Like if they can't go to the run, they've been able to throw it through the air. If they are locking them down on the corners, they've been able to find some holes and be able to make it work one way or another.
Yeah.
This is a tough Margaretta team year in and year out.
And they bring their lunch pail. I tell you what, this is a working team.
On 3rd and 11, huge down.
Two receivers off to the far side of the field. Bowie fakes the handoff. Pressure right away, and he is brought down once again. Eli Benner on the stop for the Chieftains. And they force a 4th down.
We'll go ahead and take a look at the Brickman player spotlight real quick.
One of our player spotlights brought to you by VICEK Orthodontics. Brody Brickman on the season. He has been the Swiss Army knife for this Chieftains team. Whatever they need, that's who he is. 26 carries, 155 yards, 3 touchdowns, averaging about 6 yards per carry. 23 catches, 290 yards, 8 touchdowns through the air. And then he also has 3 interceptions as well to go along with about 27 tackles. So he is making an impact in all 3 phases of the game this year, Tommy. And then some. We got a flag on the play. Came in late. We'll see what the call is here. I think this is going to go against the Polar Bears. We'll see. Dead ball. Personal foul against Hopewell. This is offsetting. It's going to be on one of each. So offsetting penalties will keep the ball right where it's at the 20-yard line. Hopewell-Loudon takes over. They get the defensive stop that they needed after the turnover, and now they get the ball back at the 20-yard line.
Guys, so far in this game, Hopewell-Loudon had the ball twice. First time, 3 and out, had to kick it away. Second time, big interception. They've got to make something happen here. This is only the third time they've had the ball, and we're at 9 minutes before halftime.
Yeah, they did pick up 1 first down on their first possession, but yeah, you're right. Pretty much a 3 and out, though, yeah. It was a quick possession. First and 10.
Seemed very quick the way that Margaretta's just eating up the clock. Oh, nice.
And a fake handoff. Now off to the right and off to the races. Brody Brickman, our player spotlight right there, coming out of the spotlight and picking up a big gain for the Chieftains. 24-yard gain, first and 10. That's another NLS Professional Grounds first down. We'll continue with a VICEK Orthodontics player spotlight.
Not that one again.
As for the Margaretta Polar Bears, he's already been in the spotlight here tonight a couple times. Judah Keller, senior safety and running back extraordinaire for the Polar Bears. We'll talk about him here after this play here. Jason Kramer on the carry. Wow. Into the middle and into the open. To the 20, to the 15, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Hopewell-Loudon. And a flag at the end of the play, potentially either a horse collar or a face mask. But what a touchdown run there by Jason Kramer. But what a blocking job by that line, Tommy.
Yeah. Talk about parting the Red Sea, even though you are the Red Sea.
Just like that, Chieftains able to knot it up and potentially take the lead here.
And just like that, man.
Well, the Chieftains will line up to go for the extra point attempt. And now, this year, they haven't attempted too many of these. Tommy, I think I have the stats here. And Ethan Link is unsuccessful on the extra point. He was 5 for 7 coming into that one, but that one is no good, so it stays tied at 6 apiece. 8:21 left to play here in the first half.
That could be big time there, guys. How many times have we seen those extra points come to play a factor at the end of these ball games, especially these close ones?
Take a moment and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here, broadcast this game live and paywall free here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, CLOUSE Construction, NLS Professional Grounds, UIS Insurance and Investments, BENCHWARMERS Restaurant and Delivery, VICEK Orthodontics, Drawn to the Surface, RIEHM Produce Farm, Joe Bailiff's Route 30 Harley-Davidson, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, FORTE Music, the Ohio Army National Guard, Stacy Mowry with Key Realty, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Buckeye IT Services, Plastinite 3D Printing, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Ink, Advantage Overhead Door, Simonis Detailing, First National Bank of Sycamore, SS Cleaning Services, the Edward Jones Offices of Tiffin, Yellowstone Landscaping, Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse, Bascom Communications with Bright Wireless, Wendy's, and CLOUSE Electric. All proud sponsors bringing you high school football all season long right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
So after this kick here, Nate, we can get to the other UIS spotlight since we didn't get a chance to.
That kickoff. What a, you see that little English? Little spinnerooski there? What a kick by Link.
Go ahead and take a look at the UIS Insurance and Investment spotlight here.
Actually, it's VICEK Orthodontics.
Oh, my bad.
Spotlight.
I got mixed up when I was making them earlier.
Of course, he has already worn the winged cardinal once last year as he was the player of the game in the Calvert game. 70 carries, 609 yards, 9 touchdowns, 0 fumbles, 60 tackles, 3 interceptions on the season, averaging about 101 yards per game on the ground. Senior leader, Judah Keller. He's our player spotlight. Once again, brought to you by VICEK Orthodontics. That's going to be an illegal motion against the Polar Bears. As I think that was Tyson Bailey started going in motion and then stopped right before he got to the snap zone there, Tommy. He's like, wait, I don't want him to snap the ball at me. So that'll back him up, 1st and 15.
Well, the quick offense and the ability to strike at will in some instances by these Chieftains are one of the reasons why, again, you have to take those knockout punches early if you're the Margaretta Polar Bears and continue to try to keep your foot on the gas here.
They sling it out left. Incomplete. Intended for Cale Bailey.
Heard the footsteps.
Yeah, I was going to say, heard the footsteps there, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, Greg. You want to control the tempo, control the momentum, and again, when you allow a huge touchdown like that to knot things up and it's back to 0-0, it's time to check your manhood.
Reese Hoover on the stop there for the Chieftains. 2nd and 15.
Yeah, there's something to be said about taking up the first entire quarter, basically, and then some, putting 6 points on the board, but then Hopewell just coming back in 10 seconds and knotting it right up.
That's kind of like that championship fighter taking a couple of shots to the chin and then getting right back up and just delivering a big knockout blow.
Speaking of big knockout blows.
Down the field, looking for his receiver, and it's picked off.
It's fair play.
Reese Hoover with the interception at midfield.
I don't feel like the receiver ever even turned around, guys. Like, wow. Let's take a look at that again.
Look at this. Same thing. Turnabout fair play. Huge shot by Boyd downfield. And Hoover vacuums that one up into his space for a huge INT. And now the Chieftains got the ball at midfield now.
The Polar Bears, I think, Tommy, they're starting to realize that if they're going to move the ball, it's got to be through the air because this Chieftains rush defense is for real. They're one of the best that I've seen in a long time. That defensive front is intimidating. And for a team that's averaging about 250 yards per game on the ground, I haven't seen a whole lot of ground game from them so far. Brickman in the shotgun, takes the snap, keeps it, and he's got it up for about a 2-yard gain.
When we talk about your comfort zone, we talk about the Chieftains controlling the tempo in a lot of these games. If you're the Margaretta Polar Bears, that's exactly what you can't do, is get out of your comfort zone. It's homecoming weekend for these Chieftains. Well, Margaretta has to act the same way and go with what brought you to the dance. Even though, somebody's making eyes at you from across the room in the passing game and you've been very successful at that, don't forget what got you to 5-1.
That's right. Don't forget what got you here.
Ellis sends a man in motion. He's going to keep it. Following the running back.
And that's Brickman into the open. And he's hit right at the 30-yard line. Jace Berg on the tackle. But a big gain for the Chieftains now inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Brody Brickman doing it all tonight.
You just love that. Put my hand on your back and push you forward and just plow through.
Lead your blockers.
And that is an NLS first down. Gotta get that in.
Well, after the huge turnover, the Chieftains are starting to march.
Kramer on the handoff. Ball on the ground. Ooh. And Margaretta, I think, has it. They do.
They do.
Turnover. Polar Bears ball.
Wow.
I saw him strip the ball out.
Wait a minute. Number one, Keller's like arguing with the ref. It looks like. What are they saying?
Wait, the ball was on the ground. Can we get a replay? Because he was standing up. He went down to get the ball. Wow. So see, look, he reached down to get the ball. They picked it up.
Oh man.
That's a missed call. Let's see if the Chieftains can take advantage here. 2nd and 10.
Not going to get any favors on the road.
5 refs out there on the field. Nobody saw that. Kramer on the handoff. Hit low and taken down at about the 27-yard line. Nice tackle there by Judah Keller. Man.
Yeah, I mean, Nate, you called that the instant it happened.
I saw him reach down for the ball while he was standing up, so.
I'll say, when you called that out, I didn't even see it. I was like, huh?
Knew with personnel change. Spec boot, play action.
Empty backfield here. Ellis looking, slings it, right side complete. Calatrulio has it, but he's short of the first down. And a flag flies in at the end of the play. And
third down.
we'll see what the call is here.
Stopped the Chieftains short, but I think Calatrulio getting thrown down might have triggered some extracurricular here.
Now, you would think they were just bringing him down to the ground. I think there's got to be some kind of face mask or something involved here. It couldn't be just tackling him hard, right?
Yeah, you see it. They're walking off there, so.
What exactly was the penalty? Brendon, you got anything for me?
Oh, here comes a...
Hear what came from the ref, but I definitely, the same thing with you guys are saying. I saw him get thrown out at the end of the play.
Well, now why are they walking back this way? What are they doing? I don't understand. Okay.
Targeting.
How can you target somebody by swinging them down?
Against Margaretta?
They're serving up drinks over there.
So they call on both
both
teams? That's why they brought the ball back there? Because he walked down and then he brought it back. So.
Boy, this.
Well, here's the issue: is that one?
This is not a Denny Uhl
those are
crew
offsetting
here.
penalties, but you're going to get another shot at third down.
Yeah.
And I mean, if they're going to call it, what did they call it?
I don't even know.
So Margaretta,
Call it targeting or something. Like, wouldn't they have to take him out of the game for that? Like, that's just starting to get a little messy down there, fellas.
That's a good point. Is that a disqualification?
Because they're talking to the coach over there on the side.
I think that's probably what he's arguing is if there was a targeting, is that worthy of a disqualification?
Right, you got to hold up. You can't. They're talking to a coach on the side of the field. You can't run a play.
Yeah, Margaretta's still trying to figure out what happened. It's a first down. They gave him a first down.
Wow, how?
So this is really confusing because those should have been offsetting penalties. It should have been another third down.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't make
This
any
is
sense.
very confusing.
I would love to have an explanation here.
it should be 3rd and 7 again.
Yeah.
It should be 3rd and 7 off the offsetting penalties. You mark it.
Unless this is. Let me see what we got here. Hang on.
Oh, come on, refs. Give us some kind of an explanation here.
3rd and 7.
Well, let's see. They had a little huddle. So we're just. Okay, so we did nothing then.
What is going on?
Well, hey, I mean, I'm glad that they all know what's going on. It'd be nice if anybody else knew.
Well, Chieftains back to work.
Brickman follows his blocks, and he's up to about the 25, maybe the 26-yard line where he's brought down after about maybe a yard or two gain.
I mean, that.
Brendon, you got to do some digging for us down there.
Yeah, I'd like to get some kind
before
of
the break.
You guys, I don't do much complaining about the refs, but this is almost unacceptable to me. How do you not give an explanation?
And such
give
a big
first
game.
Down, and just roll. Okay, go ahead and play the next play. What are we talking about here?
You got to realize what kind of a stage you're on, too. Like, it's a big game. There's a lot riding on this one. You got to be on your game just as much as these teams have to be on their game.
Like I said, I'm not questioning any call. I would just like to know what the call was.
There's just a lot of confusion going on. 2nd and long. Brickman's going to throw it. Looking down the field, he's looking for Calatrulio in the end zone. Incomplete, but a penalty flag flies in. They're going to say he wasn't looking for the ball as the defensive back in coverage never really turned his head around. He just wanted to make sure he wasn't going to catch the ball, but that's going to be a first down.
I don't know. You're running along the sideline. You got the arm out in front.
There's a lot of jockeying by both guys there.
You're jockeying for position along the sideline.
I mean, they're both
right here
going at it. Right here.
At the end when
he's pushing his arm out. No, actually, that's pretty.
It's pretty close at the same time.
That was pretty close. Like, I thought the ball got there about the same time the defender did.
Yeah, it was really close. But again,
yeah, again, you're not gonna get any home cooking on the road. You gotta make those plays count, and you gotta get quality stops.
That's absolutely right, Tommy.
in a game, when you talk about a game being this close, you can't have plays that close. You got to be definitive. So.
First and 10. Ball at the 13-yard line. 4:08 left to play in the first half. It's tied at 6 apiece.
And they're going to spot this in the middle of the field.
Brody Brickman in the shotgun. Kramer back there with him. Brickman takes the snap, fakes it. Now he's going to keep it, follows his blocks. Off the right side, breaks a tackle, has it down to about the 12-yard line.
Polar Bears.
Give him about a yard, maybe 2. Boy, Judah Keller is fired up, man. He plays with a swagger, you know? That's what we said last year during that Calvert game, man. This kid is a baller.
Oh, I love the way that these Polar Bears, they swim to the ball. And then again, they're just trying to find that floating island there. And then you just see all the Polar Bears there to clean up. You don't get any extra yards when you make a stop with Margaretta here.
2nd and 10, or 2nd and 9. Ellis looking to pass, slings it right side, and it's complete. What a catch by Evan Elric.
Wow. I'll tell you, he doesn't look that tall from here right now. He jumped up high to grab that.
Yeah, he snagged that one. That was a high ball, and he went up and got it.
Yeah, look at
what
this
a
one.
catch.
Just darts it right at Elric here. He leaps up, one-on-one matchup.
Nice camera work there, Donnie.
It's still 3rd down? Wow, he didn't get the first on that.
No, they did get the first.
No, they get
It's 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Okay. The scoreboard was behind my bed.
This Chieftains drive has eaten up a lot of time here.
Yeah, what a
They've had about 3 different chances to keep it going here.
situation this first 24 minutes have been here in Bascom.
Brickman, handoff, Kramer left side, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Hopewell-Loudon. Jason Kramer into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Well, you've seen a lot of action here through the first 21 minutes of action, folks. Live and paywall free here on Heart of Ohio Sports. But now the Chieftains, after coming out in a sluggish start, making some turnovers, the Polar Bears were able to get on top with 6 points off of 2 field goals. But lightning in a bottle, these Chieftains uncorked it. And now they've seemingly have the lead here. 13. Takes off 12-6.
And the extra point attempt is no good.
That is some Greggy, you are spiteful. you would at this division make a missed PAT graphic.
Hey, they got a made one too. So
yeah, but the missed one is extra.
It's a mascot. It's not a real person.
2:57 left to play here in the first half.
But I mean, guys, we gotta say that you can't really say you're surprised at this point because we know this Hopewell team, and they may have started off slow, but we knew exactly how they get into the rhythm, and this coach, he knows exactly how to get his way out of these situations. So
I still love that. Only on Heart of Ohio Sports can you see the missed PAT.
You're going to see a lot of things that you're only going to see on Heart of Ohio Sports here.
Yeah, like the field.
What, you mean like from the 20 to the 20? Because that's about all you get on. Yeah.
Vigilante doing a tremendous job on the camera tonight for us.
Link kicks it off, fielded at the 15-yard line. And they bring it back to the 32-yard line. Carter Luzader on the return for the Polar Bears. 2:51 left to play here in the first half. But they really haven't done a whole lot since that first quarter, Tommy.
Again, you came out swinging. Hopewell-Loudon responded, backed you into a corner, and now you got to come out that corner swinging here in the final minutes of this first half. And you got 2 minutes and 51 seconds to do it. To either tie this one up or take the lead into the locker room. Boy, he's going to hand it off here.
And the handoff's good for about 3, up to the 35. Second and 7 coming up here. 2:25 left in the first half. Make sure you stick around for the halftime show, brought to you by our friends at Hope and Fostoria. We'll have the marching band performance presented by Forte Music. Jake Bowie rolls to the left, slings it left, completes it. Bailey on the reception, and he's got it up to about the 38-yard line. 4 yards shy.
I was gonna say, I don't hate that. You make it a third and manageable. He did a nice job, pronouns boy. Boy did a nice job reading through his progressions, and he came back to the first read and was able to, again, get a few yards out of it, make it a third and manageable here. Clock continues to roll, under 2 minutes here in this huge SBC River matchup that could very well determine at the end of this season who is the king of the SBC River.
3rd down and 4. 1:23 left here in the first half. Bowie hands it off. Bailey on the carry.
Wow.
Breaks a tackle. Down inside the 45 to the 42-yard line.
That's finding the edge
Jake Bailey on the carry.
and keeping them legs moving.
So Tyson Bailey on the carry.
That spiked the ball.
1:09 left to play here in the first half. I think the way this offense works, though, Tommy, they're not a big play, like move the ball down the field with big chunks kind of offense. They're the kind of offense that needs to use as much of those spike ball timeouts as they can to move the ball down the field, because they're going to need a few plays to get it in here.
Yeah, right now you're either going to look for something on top or out here in the flat, get yourself out of bounds. But you got to be quick with it here.
Jake Bowie in the shotgun. Sling it out left side, complete to his receiver, and he's going to be brought down at about the 42-yard line. Nice open field tackle there.
And that's got to be more north and south rather than east and west. You're competing with the clock under a minute here. You make your receiver who's out there in the flat, you're giving them too much room to have to make up and get out of bounds, especially after catching the ball behind the sticks.
Timeout called on the play. Timeout brought to you by our friends at Joe Bayless Route 30 Harley-Davidson in Upper Sandusky. Let's take this time to thank our sponsors for allowing us to bring this broadcast to you live and paywall free here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Hope and Fostoria, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, CLOUSE Construction, NLS Professional Grounds, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, VICEK Orthodontics, Drawn to the Surface, RIEHM Produce Farm, Joe Bailiff's Route 30 Harley-Davidson, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Forte Music, the Ohio Army National Guard, Stacy Mowry with Key Realty, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Buckeye IT Services, Plastinite 3D Printing, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Advantage Overhead Door, Simonis Detailing, First National Bank of Sycamore, SS Cleaning Services, the Edward Jones Offices of Tiffin, Yellowstone Landscape, Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse, Bascom Communications with Bright Wireless, Wendy's, and Klaus Electric. 3rd and 8 coming up here for the Polar Bears. 57 seconds left in the first half. They trail it by 6. Jake Bowie fakes the handoff. Pressure. Steps up. Looking. Down the middle of the field. He's got a man in the end zone. And a catch is made at the 2-yard line. What a catch!
Wow.
They got
Carter Lusader.
Got to be aware of the time, guys. You got to be aware of the time.
You got plenty of time. There's 48 seconds left. They still got to set
ugly.
the chains. 45 seconds left. Plenty of time. You don't want to give the Chieftains the ball back with too much time. That's the thing. And now this Chieftains defense called to the task once again. Can it come up with another goal line stop? 1st and goal at the 4. Keller on the carry, and he's not going to get there.
Well, this is why you had to do the hurry up, Nate. You ain't going to be afforded that many times.
Well, they had
right
one more
here at the
timeout.
goal
They
line.
used it there.
And my only deal there was he was kind of celebrating, which by all means you can celebrate, but I think he just kind of lost track of the fact the clock was still running.
Yeah.
He kind of looked around like, oh, wait, yeah, I got to get back over here.
28 seconds left. The Polar Bears take a timeout. Once again, timeout's brought to you by Joe Bailiff's Route 30 Harley-Davidson in Upper Sandusky. Folks, this weekend, head on over to RIEHM Produce Farm as Polar Bears now have it inside the RIEHM Red Zone. Folks, this weekend, obviously, Barnyard Fun's been going on for a couple weeks now, but this is the weekend that really gets it all going. I'm excited to get out there and experience it. We'll be out there on Saturday getting some videos, so come on out enjoy yourself, have a good time. There's over 25 different activities to enjoy. And just, this is, as Greg mentioned earlier, baby's first pumpkin weekend. So any child, I think is 2 and under, don't quote me on that, but I believe it is 2 and under. Any child under 2 will get a free pumpkin if you go out there for Barnyard Fun this weekend. Once again, RIEHM Produce Farm, one of our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Somebody's going to let their baby carve a pumpkin.
I don't know about that.
Oh, they just get the pumpkin.
Second down and goal at the 4. Well, they actually moved it about to the 3, so. Polar Bears come out in a shotgun. Judah Keller back there with the quarterback, Jake Bowie. Bowie slings it into the end zone. Oh, it's tipped and nearly picked. Jack Calatrulio had a beat on it. Boy, he had a beat on that one, Tommy. .24 seconds left. Third and goal coming up for the Polar Bears.
Oh, I almost keep that tight end in there.
Yeah.
Draw up something play action-wise.
I bring a couple of them in. Well, 2 tight ends set.
Yeah, I don't disagree. And then again,
So levels concept. Send one into the end zone, one
Yep.
right in front of the goal
Yep.
line. Whoever's open, hit them.
let's see what they draw up here on a huge third and goal.
2 receivers here on the near side of the field. Jake Bowie in the shotgun. And a timeout as the Chieftains want to talk things over. It's a wise timeout here by Coach Calatrulio on this third and goal from the 4-yard line. This is a big defensive situation for Hopewell-Loudon. They come up with a stop here, and they keep this, a 6-point game or even just a 3-point game. You keep them out of the end zone here, Tommy. It's a big win going into the halftime.
Oh, absolutely is. Again, you call that timeout. You can't take them into the locker room with you. Wisely spent. You're seeing what the offense is giving you out there, telling your defense what to look for. And I think that's
You know what else we can't take in the locker room, Tommy, is the video that you made. We gotta talk about this one.
And that's the thing. This Hopewell-Loudon, they've been a little bit slow to get off offensively, and that's because they've had some missteps in the run game. But this team, they just move guys around to where they can, again, come into stead and be instant playmakers for this team.
Brian Calatrulio. Is that what that was?
Here we go, guys.
3 receivers on the near side of the field. Jake Bowie in the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolls to his left, looking. Slings it into the end zone, left corner. It's incomplete. Coverage was excellent on the play by the Chieftains. Fourth and goal coming up. And I think they're going to bring out the field goal unit.
Again, you don't want to leave points on the field, especially in this one. But, gosh, that's got to feel like a victory if you're the Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains.
Absolutely. If you're that Chieftains defense, you've had 3 victories so far, as they've had 3 trips inside the RIEHM red zone. Just 2 field goals so far to show for it. We're lining up for a third here.
I don't know, fellas. Getting any points against these Chieftains might feel like a victory on the other end.
And that one is up, and it is through. Another nice kick there. As Carter Luzader knocks that one through. I believe that was Carter Luzader.
Keeps it a 1-score game.
It was either that or Jake Bowie. Brendon, did you get the number on the kicker? I think that was 11, right?
Yeah, it's 11.
All right, so that was Jake Bowie on the field goal. He is 3 for 3 tonight. On the season, he's 24 for 28 on extra point attempts. He was 0 for 1 on field goals coming into this one, though. So it's big time for him to make 3 field goals in, these are clutch situations here.
So he was 0 for 1 on the season?
Yeah.
So he's only kicked 1 field goal?
1 field goal,
And
but
then
he's kicked 28
29.
extra points.
Right. But just think about what that speaks to this Chieftains team, that you're bringing your field goal unit out here when you only kicked 1 field goal.
Exactly.
You got to take the points when you can get them.
That's a good point, Greg.
Well, this Polar Bears team is, talk about the stats coming into this one. I don't think we looked at them. This Polar Bears team is scoring a lot of points on the season. They're averaging right around 36 points per game. They've only allowed 7 points per game. 82 pass yards per game, 250 yards on the ground. They've only turned it over one time this year, Tommy, and they have 8 takeaways. So that's the opportunistic defense from the Polar Bears that you've seen this year. Brickman on the return, fields it at the 8-yard line, and he is going to be brought down just past the 20 up to about the 23. And special teams tackle there by Zach Bowie, as well as...
What I like that I've seen here tonight so far, guys, is that the Chieftains have been able to just instant offense down the field, get them 6 points. But you notice this Polar Bears squad, they're not down at all.
No.
They're still hyped up. Nobody's hanging their heads.
Everybody.
They're not like, oh, man, I can't believe we just got burned on that. They're just back out there fighting.
They know this is going to be a 4-quarters game. And the Chieftains come out, and they're just going to kneel it, and that'll take us to halftime. Your score as we head to the locker room, Hopewell-Loudon 12, Margaretta 9. We'll step aside, take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our halftime show brought to you by Hope and FOSTORIA. And we'll have the marching band performance presented by Forte Music. That's coming up next right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Brendon.
You are watching Chieftains football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. From school fields to business fronts, NLS Professional Grounds brings your vision to life with precision field painting, game lines, custom logos, even giant flags. Perfect for sports events or standing out in a big way. Crisp, clean, and built to impress. Make your mark. Call NLS Professional Grounds today. Heart of Ohio Sports is your home for live video streaming of high school football. Don't settle for the rest when you can go with the best. Right here on the pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports. The barn is back, and so is the fun. Starting September 20th, explore Ream's famous corn maze. Meet friendly barnyard animals and make memories that last all season long. Barnyard Fun runs through October 26th, so don't miss it. At Ream's Produce Farm, where fun grows. Find out more at funacres.net. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, Margaretta Local Schools is proud to present the 2025 Margaretta Polar Bear Marching Band.
You are watching Chieftain football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. At YANICH Oral Surgery in Marion, they specialize in dental implants and advanced oral care, all in a welcoming, state-of-the-art environment. Restore your smile. Renew your confidence. Visit YANICHOralSurgery.com.
The one thing that we love more than the roar of a Harley-Davidson is the roar of the crowd on game day. That's why Joe Bailiff's Route 30 Harley-Davidson is proud to partner with the Bowling Green State University Falcons and be the official bike to lead the team onto the field. Don't forget to ride out to your favorite tailgate this season and cheer on the Falcons to victory. We'll catch you on down the road at Joe Bailiff's Route 30 Harley-Davidson. Walk in, ride out.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
After an injury or surgery, adults are often prescribed opioids or stimulants, powerful drugs that help with pain or focus. But when unused or expired medications linger, they pose serious risks: misuse, addiction, or accidental poisoning, especially for children. Seneca County has 5 locations where you can safely dispose of medications. Take it to the box or use a deter bag at home to deactivate them safely and permanently. Prevent misuse, protect your family, dispose safely. Learn more or request a free Deter-A-Safe disposal bag at carsa.org. Prevention starts with you.
At VICEK Orthodontics, they're all about creating confident, healthy smiles for every age. Dr. VICEK and the team use the latest techniques to make your orthodontic journey comfortable and effective. Discover the difference of personalized care and a smile you'll be proud to show off. Schedule your consultation with VICEK Orthodontics today. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Welcome back to Bascom, Ohio. That was the halftime show brought to you by our friends at Hope and Fostoria. A phenomenal performance by both marching bands tonight, brought to you by Forte Music. Nate Mullins on the call with Tommy Hall. We're here at halftime. Chieftains leading 12-9 over the Margaretta Polar Bears. And let's take a moment and thank our sponsors before we get you started with the second half here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Hope and Fostoria, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, CLOUSE Construction, NLS Professional Grounds, UIS Insurance and Investments, BENCHWARMERS Restaurant and Delivery, VICEK Orthodontics, Drawn to the Surface, Green Produce Farm, Joe Bailiff, Route 30 Harley-Davidson, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Forte Music, the Ohio Army National Guard, Stacy Mowry with Key Realty, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Buckeye IT Services, Plastinite 3D Printing, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Advantage Overhead Door, Simonis Detailing, First National Bank of Sycamore, SS Cleaning Services, the Edward Jones Offices of Tiffin, Yellowstone Landscaping, Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse, Bascom Communications with Bright Wireless, Wendy's, and CLOUSE Electric. All proud sponsors bringing you high school football right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. The announcer cam tonight presented by our friends at SS Cleaning Services.
But it's time for everybody's favorite thing, Nate.
But it is time for everyone's favorite segment. You know it, I know it. It's time for the wise words of Nostradamus.
Well, these Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains, they are in a battle to sit on top of the SBC River against these Margaretta Polar Bears coming into the night. We sit at a 12-9 lead by the Chieftains, but man, I tell you what, the complexion of this one changed late in the second half into the Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains' favor. But these Polar Bears, they were commanding for a good 12 minutes of this one. They were able to eat up clock and get some quality points via the field goal. But I tell you what, if you expect to come into the second half and kick field goals to get out of Bascom with the W, I got some news for you, pal. That ain't going to cut it here in Bascom, as these Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains has opened up their offensive game, and they are starting to click on all cylinders. Here in this second half, if you're Margaretta, you got to force these Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains into some third down situations, third and distance situations, get some quality stops, and then again, be able to capitalize off of the turnovers, because this one's been has been determined by the turnover margin.
There you go. There's the wise words of Nostradamus.
Now, before we get started here,
I was just
guys,
about to say, we have a fan of the game segment we got to get to.
Oh, we're going to do that now? I thought we were going to do
We'll do that during the third quarter.
I just wanted to get the announcer cam sponsor in here for you guys. Since we did get it up there during the halftime, since it was halftime. So
once again, our announcer cam brought to you by our friends at SS Cleaning Services. Shelby Sauber, one of our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Big Hopewell-Loudon supporter. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to all of her help for helping us broadcast these games. Not just these, but also the recap games as well. She committed to the full season of Hopewell-Loudon football. And we can't thank all of our sponsors enough. That kickoff goes through the legs of the Chieftains and into the end zone for the touchback. They're saying it didn't touch a Chieftains. I thought it looked like it hit off his hands. The Polar Bears are saying, hey, that hit off his hands. Referee's not hearing it.
I think there's one thing we didn't touch on in the Nostradamus segment, and that's the unpredictability of what these officials can do. And that's what you can't do if you're either one of these teams, is let this one be decided by the official, as we close that first half out with some very questionable situations that definitely help the Chieftains out in the long run here.
So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Chieftains take over. Brody Brickman in the shotgun formation. Jason Kramer back there with him. Brickman hands it off to Kramer. Kramer follows his blocks, and he's got it up to about the 22. Got about 2 yards on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Once again, Brendon Blott, our sideline reporter. We'll check in with him here in just a moment, but during halftime, he was able to stroll over to the student section and find a fan of the game. As I checked our Facebook messages and our Instagram, and I didn't find anything. So evidently people aren't turning in pictures for the fan of the game anymore, so we'll just have to find them here at the games from now on. But hey, that just makes more work for our sideline guys. Brendon it doesn't bother him at all.
give him something to do down there.
2nd and 8. Brickman on the carry, and he's got it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Boy, he's a tough kid. For him to be able to just not only is he playing both ways, but he is taking carries. He's catching the ball.
It's very physical both ways.
Yeah. Every which way he can contribute, he's finding a way to put his imprint on this one.
A lot of times I feel like that is another thing that these schools at these smaller divisions can hang their hats on, is being a two-way player and grinding it out each and every week for 48 minutes.
4-receiver set. Ellis in the shotgun. Man in motion out of the backfield. Ellis, they set up a screen for Brickman, and the defense read that one, sniffed it out right away. Big time stop by that Margaretta defense as Brett Miller, captain, comes in to make the stop right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. 4th down coming up.
Yeah, a little dump off, and Brett Miller time.
Yeah, big time stopper on 3rd down to start the second half off again, getting the Chieftains to punt the ball away.
Familiar, as they did the exact same thing in the first half to the Chieftains, first time they had the ball. This time it's a 3 and out.
That's what you want if you want to start this second half off.
Return man fields it at the 45, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Margaretta.
Wow.
Zach Bowie takes it back 55 yards on the punt return, and the Polar Bears are on the board and in the lead once again.
Yeah, Bowie.
Yeah, I think they had some of that Carnation instant offense Tommy likes to talk about in the locker room at halftime. I don't even think they had it for breakfast this morning because, man, they were fired up here.
And a punt return for Bowie.
I don't know if it gets any better than that, guys. A 3 and out to start the second half and return the punt for a touchdown.
Now the Chieftains offense will have a chance to redeem themselves after that 3 and out as they get quick work right back onto the field. The extra point attempt is up. It is good. Margaretta on top now. This is a touchdown game, as it's not just a field goal that can tie this up. Now you need to get a touchdown to take the lead here, Tommy.
Oh, absolutely. As we knew it was going to come down to a score or so, or just a few points, and this one's had it all. That's why you play all three phases of the game, Nate. Special teams paying off here in a crucial moment in a tightly contested game where both teams, offense and defense, are putting on stellar performances. We'll see if the special teams make the difference here in the long run.
16-12, Margaretta, 9:36 left to play here in the third quarter. The Chieftains
I didn't even get a chance to
ready to
replay
get the
that
ball
one yet.
back here, but
Look at
that's a
this boy.
huge punt return.
And it's not even just on the return. It's outrunning and being able to just leave people in your wake. He had just passed every defender seemingly on that one.
I have
Greg.
to say, guys, so far, that might be my top runner for play of the game tonight.
That's definitely up there for sure with play of the
It
game.
depends on if it changes the whole game here.
I was going to say, that might not just be the play of the game, but that literally could be the play of the game, as it might be the difference here in these final 24 minutes.
Of course, play of the game brought to you by Bascom Communications with Bright Wireless.
And the Margaretta sideline just going crazy.
Yeah.
The lights out, white out. The student section has shown up here to cheer on the Polar Bears in this SBC River matchup.
Fielded at the goal line. Nice kickoff. And a good coverage on the play by the special teams coverage unit.
So in quick fashion, this Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains offense is right back out on the field after going 3 and out to open the second half of action, but also on that punt return by Margaretta equated the points and the lead here in Bascom, 16-12. After, again, Nate, you thought Hopewell-Loudon was carrying all the momentum into the locker room at the half.
Especially after coming up with that big goal line stop, forced them to do just the field goal there to end the half.
You guys were talking about, you said that's got to feel like a win for them down there, and I don't think that felt like a win here to start the second half. But, you know, these Chieftains, let's see if they answer back here.
Well, these Polar Bears, they just feel like they're playing with an edge tonight, you know? The big chip on their shoulders as they come into this one. 1st and 10. Brickman on the keeper, and he's got it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Brody Brickman on the carry.
Now here's what you notice is that Margaretta Polar Bears are bringing more hands up front. They're increasing that rush. But if you're the Chieftains, all you gotta do is get past that first level.
Yeah.
And it's wide open. So this is gonna be one of those situations where if you shy away, especially when they're bringing pressure on you, it can come back to bite you. But if you're able to find a little bit of daylight, oh man, that's
Cooking with fire.
yeah, it's right there.
2nd and 5. Shotgun formation. Brickman in the shotgun once again. Fakes the handoff, going to keep it, follows his blocks. And that Margaretta defense comes up with a big stop
The nice way
at
again.
the 29-yard line. A little pushing and shoving after the play, but this is a testy matchup between these two.
Well, they really didn't bring much. They didn't bring much pressure. That was just the front four holding their own and shedding blocks and being able to get there. Nice quality.
And that's exactly what you need, Tommy, because you were just talking about if you get past that first level, it's kind of open daylight back there for the Chieftains, so you cannot let them get past that first level.
On 3rd and 4, now you're either gonna pin your ears back or play this one. Yeah, they're playing this one tight.
Brickman going to keep it, trying to find some running room, and I think he's got the first down.
Wow.
He keeps pushing that pile
Second
forward
effort.
to the 35-yard line. Brody Brickman.
And that's the difference between 5-1 and 6-0 is they're bringing it at you.
Yeah.
You know what they were going to dial up there on 3rd and 4. You thought you might have had to play a little conservative defensively and honor the passing game, but no, these Polar Bears knew the run was coming, and I don't fault the Chieftains for doing so.
No, not at all. Shotgun formation. Jacoby Ellis in the pistol formation. One man in the backfield. That's Kramer. Ellis slings it left side. Complete.
Ooh.
Evan Elric on the reception.
Didn't want to go down.
Got up to the 41-yard line, yeah. 3 or 4 Polar Bears rallying to the ball there.
I tell you what's also an unsung hero of this defense is this linebacker core of the Margaretta Polar Bears. They do a tremendous job on reading their keys and getting to where the ball is going to be. As you watch here, Hopewell-Loudon, they've seen something there. They're going to run something I assume they might run something similar here, and you see the Margaretta Polar Bears. That secondary, they have a nice read on it.
They pulled a couple of those quick passes, and the Polar Bears are right on it.
Right.
Brickman
Watch
in the
this.
shotgun.
Keep
Keeping himself, and he stood up and driven backwards.
Nice read.
Back to the 42.
Now-
He'd get it to the 42, but then driven backwards.
Now, with that being a Polar Bears there, would you call it an ice wall that he just ran into? It's like, man, he was moving forward and then just stood up. Polar Bears defense again, standing strong there, guys.
Big third down coming up here.
Yeah.
3rd and 4.
Able to convert in this exact down and distance situation on this drive. We'll see if the Chieftains dial it up again.
Yeah, you have to win third downs if you're going to win the game, that's for sure.
Shotgun formation. Brickman in the shotgun with Jason Kramer. They hand it to Kramer. Kramer stood up, driven backwards. He got about a yard short of the first down, but that's where they stopped him. And it's going to be decision time for the Chieftains here.
Yeah, they got some penetration in the backfield there, but he slipped through that. Ended up, like you said, get the yard, but then they were able to bring him down still.
Brendon's right down there. No hesitation with Coach Koch. He knew what he was doing right away.
Yeah, I mean, in a situation like this, you got to get that statement after that big gut punch. Put him in a position to win the game.
Yeah. 4th and 1.
Wow. 4-point game.
Yeah, you talk about your gut
Deciding
check
not
time.
to,
Hard count. Defense stays home.
That was a close one,
I
guys.
think
Well,
that
that
might have
line.
been just what they were looking for.
Yeah, you're right, Tommy.
They showed him their hand.
That's something that in this situation you almost overlook because it's so tense right now. You just think of going head to
Brickman
head.
on the carry.
He's
Brought down from behind, but he falls forward.
Wow.
He falls forward and he picks up the yards they need for the first down.
Wow.
Let's see. Hang on. Wait, they haven't called it yet. They haven't said anything yet.
Yeah, we got some back and forth here between players. Of course,
Hang
that doesn't
on.
matter.
Let's see where they spot this ball because they haven't set it down yet.
Oh, man.
Where are they going to spot this ball?
I think he was short.
Yeah, they did set it down, but now they're going for a measurement. This is definitely, they got the first down. I can see it from here. It's straight on. Brendon, you got a good look at that. What do you think? You got it?
I don't even have a great look, but I
is that
can
where
see
he
from
stopped?
here it's a first down.
Yeah. They shouldn't have to measure this, but they're going to.
Yeah, he does take that ball and extend it way past the stick there. His knee's
Just-
down.
yeah, it's gonna depend on
like
where-
right at or right before the stick, Greg.
Where they spot it as, where it's going to depend. Again, Tommy, like you said, you can't leave this game in the ref's hands, but once
They
again,
got
that's
it.
where it's at.
And they do indeed pick up the first down with the measurement.
After seeing the CLOUSE construction replay, Greg, I do think that's a nice spot.
Yes.
Initially, again, without taking the ball, you think that his knee's down right there at the line, or well before the line, but it's actually down right around the line, extends that ball out. I mean, it's by a baby toe, but nonetheless, it moves the chains.
1st and 10. That's an NLS Professional Grounds first down. Ellis fakes the handoff, looking to throw it. Slings it right side, complete. Mason Reinhardt on the reception.
What a good drawn-up play that was.
As a beautiful play to take advantage of the aggressiveness of that defense. They're seeing something in the second level now, Tommy, because those linebackers they're pretty much blitzing on every play.
Well, that was the read that Margaretta made on second down, that you thought they were going to get a play at the ball, but that time Hopewell-Loudon ran that exact same play and he caught the secondary sleeper.
It did a really good bootleg out of the backfield there. Kind of looked like it was handing it off to the right, spun back out to the left, and just found his man open out there.
Yeah.
Some score updates from around the area. Columbian leading Norwalk 20-3 in the third quarter. Gibsonburg leading Woodmore 8-0 at halftime. That's a great game there.
That Woodmore team's tough.
Ellis slings it left side, complete. Elric on the
wow.
reception.
Nice
Nearly,
grab.
I mean, he
Kinda
dropped
bobbled
it
it.
at first, but then went down to his hip to bring it in. Evan Elrick on the reception. That's another first down for the Chieftains, and now they're moving the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, this Chieftains offense going to run some play action or some RPO on you, and you're playing that shallow.
Continuing with the score updates, Calvert leading Northwood 26-10. Lakota on top of Willard 19-6.
There's too much cushion there on the CLOUSE construction replay, Greg. You got to play that one up a little bit more.
Mohawk leading Winford 22-14 in the third quarter. That's a close game.
Yeah, got some close games in there tonight. That's week 7 football for you there.
Colonel Crawford on top of Seneca East 21-0 in the third.
Everybody fighting for a chance at postseason play.
Brickman takes the snap, hands off to Kramer. Kramer is stood up and dropped right about the 30-yard line. Judah Keller on the stop.
That was a way for him to finish the play there.
Well, he looked like a wrestler there, but I know he's a football player. I know he's a basketball player.
That was just one of them battles to see who was going to win between the two together. You just the two immovable objects hit each other. Man, take a look at that one again. That was incredible. He just hits him, grabs his legs, but he stays up. Look at that, just staying on his feet.
Yeah, that age-old question, the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. You see it there on the CLOUSE construction replay. I can't see anything there.
I don't know what happened to the camera.
2:10 left to play here in the third quarter. Brickman in the shotgun takes the snap. He's going to pass. He's looking down the right sideline. He's got a man. Oh! Did he catch it? They're saying no. Incomplete. Calatrulio unable to control it through the ground.
Guys, I didn't even think
what an effort, though.
I didn't even think he had a chance at that one when it was in the air, and way to get underneath of it and just extend out there. He almost brought that in, man.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where, in the pinch, Brickman could just say, screw it, Kaj down there somewhere.
Right? That's kind of what it was there.
I can't believe he even was able to get underneath that ball.
The closing speed at the end.
Yeah, incredible.
Wow. 3rd and 9. They have it at the 29-yard line. 4 receivers set. Ellis in the shotgun. They bring a man in motion. That's Calatrulio. He motions out far to the right. Ellis rolls to the right. Looking, slings it. Incomplete. Great coverage on the play by the Polar Bears.
Yeah.
That old saying, they zigged when he should have zagged. You see how this one's drawn up, Greg.
Number 8 there.
Calatrulio set in the motion. You expect him to kind of just come back across a little bit, but instead he fights for the sideline and kind of digs out.
Yeah. And they were just right on top of it there.
Cale Bailey on the reception.
Great coverage there, but again, it's one of those situations where, again, you're battling for inside position. You make that zag to the outside, forces the quarterback to make an uncomfortable throw over to the shoulder.
It forces a 4th down and 9.
Big 4th down here for the Chieftains. They've already converted 1 on this drive. Now empty backfield set.
Yeah, it wasn't 9, though, that's for sure.
Jacoby Ellis in the shotgun.
Oh, that's a great point, Greg.
Takes the snap. Looking. Left side. Slings it over the middle. Complete. Wow. Oh, what a catch by Brody Brickman.
Wow.
Through the contact. Held on.
Yeah, he felt that one. Look at him.
And he's down at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, the wind knocked out on him.
Yeah. Boy, Brody Brickman, I'm telling you what, folks. There's a reason that spotlight was on him, man. He is just putting it all on the field tonight.
Yeah, I think for your player spotlights tonight, Nate, you picked the 2 toughest kids on the field out there. It sure seems that way.
1st and goal. Inside the Ream red zone. That's an NLS professional grounds 1st down.
2 4th down conversions on this drive, Nate, has kept the Chieftains in the...
Hand off to Kramer. Kramer stood up and dropped at about the 2-yard line. Picked up a yard. 2nd and goal coming up. Down to a minute to play here in the third quarter.
And this is where it starts to get tough. I mean, trying to score between these two teams, I mean, they're playing it just tooth and nail here.
2 incredible teams late in the season. Both know how much is on the line in this game.
2nd and goal. Brody Brickman back in there in the quarterback position in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Fakes it. Going to keep it. Carries it forward. Keeps those legs churning. Keeps driving. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Hopewell-Loudon.
And just like that, tougher, stronger than a garlic milkshake. Clouze ahead. Brickman for the touchdown. And now the Chieftains will regain the lead here, Nate.
Did that Chieftain just shoot that kid?
No. They're just both on the same field hanging out, okay? You don't understand how people are behind each other? Come on now.
Touchdown, Hopewell-Loudon. They take the lead 18-16. 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. And this is where I think it just got stop going for the extra point. Just go for 2 here.
And that's a drive where, again, you converted 2 fourth down situations. You have to come away with points regardless. So that's a nice job by Hopewell-Loudon of keeping the pressure on Margaretta.
Ellis slings it into the end zone, and they got it. Jack Colatrulio fought through the coverage to go and get that one in the corner of the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That puts the Chieftains on top 20-16. 22 seconds left here in the third.
And even more so, you gotta get a touchdown here to get the lead.
Yeah, that's like great point, Tommy. It's just getting that 2-point conversion there just made it a completely different ballgame.
Yeah, again, we've seen the kicking game pay dividends for the Polar Bears throughout the first 24 minutes, but here in the second half, I said it during the Nostradamus segment, you're going to have your offense get you there if you expect to get the dub here in Bascom.
Well, so far it's been defense and special teams.
Yeah, I was going to say, they got the 1 touchdown, but it wasn't from the offense.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, we picked a heck of a ball game to be at here tonight.
I think us and the entire town of Castelia over there.
Yeah. Who's guarding the duck pond over there?
Man.
Chieftains set to kick it off here after retaking the lead on the strength of 2 fourth down conversions, including a 4th and 9.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Return man drops the ball.
Good job focusing there.
Brings it back.
Brings it across.
And he's into the open. He's got some running room. To the 50, 45, to the 40. Spins out of the tackle to the 35-yard line.
Might have seen some laundry back. No. Oh,
man.
And a hiccup.
I tell you, Tommy, I'm waiting for your famous phrase there. What did he do with that? He made something out of nothing? What do you call that?
Making chicken salad out of chicken you-know-what.
Yeah, I mean, guys, incredible. He just kind of bobbled the kick there, focused, was able to get back down, pick it back up, secure the ball, and then take off like that.
Brendan, you got something? You look like you were waving up at us.
We got a polar bear down across the field.
Now, is it a player or the actual polar bear mascot?
It's a player.
Oh, okay.
It seems to be okay. That was the return man there.
Oh, yeah. Probably just, you're moving that fast and you get brought down, it ain't going to feel good.
Tyson Bailey able to get up on his own power. So the Polar Bears will take over inside Chieftains territory at the 35-yard line. And that's exactly what you want, Tommy. I mean, you got to get an answer. We've seen 2 different answers here.
Listen, neither one of these offenses have wavered here in this one. These Margaretta Polar Bears, they got a fire lit under them. After 2 fourth down conversions by the Chieftains on that drive, you expect the Margaretta Polar Bears to start this one in Chieftain territory and not come up with some points on the huge handoff.
Judah Keller on the carry.
So really haven't put him in motion as much as what you thought they would coming into this one, as he's carried the majority of the load on the ground.
That's the end of the third quarter. Chieftains on top 20-16. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Hey folks, Baby Voice here, and you're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
The barn is back, and so is the fun. Starting September 20th, explore Ream's famous corn maze. Meet friendly barnyard animals and make memories that last all season long. Barnyard fun runs through October 26th, so don't miss it. At Ream's Produce Farm, where fun grows. Find out more at funacres.net. At UIS Insurance and Investments, we're committed to protecting what matters most. That's why we partner with Auto Owners Insurance, offering reliable coverage and personalized service from people you can trust. UIS and Auto Owners Insurance, working together to keep you covered no matter what life throws your way. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to Bascom, Ohio. We start the fourth quarter of action. The Chieftains lead the Polar Bears 20-16. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you here as we get ready to start the final 12 minutes of this SBC River matchup. Great to be here with you. 2nd and 7 coming up. Bowie on the quarterback keeper. Shakes a tackle, and he's got it down inside the 30 to about the 27. We got a player down after the play here. As that did not look good. The way he went down after the tackle. Not sure exactly what happened. Maybe they got the wind knocked out of him or something there, but Eli Benner, the player on the field, we'll keep it right here. Use this chance to I want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here. Broadcast this game live and paywall free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, CLOUSE Construction, NLS Professional Grounds, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, VICEK Orthodontics, Drawn to the Surface, RIEHM Produce Farm, Joe Baylif's Route 30 Harley-Davidson, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, FORTE Music, the Ohio Army National Guard, Stacy Mowry with Key Realty, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Buckeye IT Services, Plastinite 3D Printing, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Advantage Overhead Door, Simonis Detailing, First National Bank of Sycamore, SS Cleaning Services, the Edward Jones Offices of Tiffin, Yellowstone Landscape, Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse, Bascom Communications with Bright Wireless, Wendy's, and CLOUSE Electric. Speaking of Wendy's, Greg, I want to remind all of our listeners and all of our viewers the Friday Night Frosties giveaway. That's right. If you are in attendance at any game in our area and you save your ticket stub, make sure you save your ticket stub if you buy a physical ticket. If you buy an online ticket, print it off. Take it to your local Wendy's. That's the Clyde, Fremont, or Tiffin location. Turn it in for a free small Frosty with purchase. Make sure you tell them Heart of Ohio Sports sent you. Wendy's and Heart of Ohio Sports, Friday Night Frosties are here. 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 coming up here. Bowie hands it off. Keller on the carry. He's got the first down inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. Judah Keller. Another tough run for the Margaretta senior running back.
That'd be good for another NLS professional grounds first down by the Margaretta Polar Bears, who off that huge kick return was set up in some good field position to start this drive. Now they have to capitalize here, Nate.
Yeah, they really do.
You got to capitalize, and you kind of want to take as much time as you can. You haven't been able to slow these Chieftains down that much here in this, so you kind of want to get down there. You got to score though. Got to score on this one.
Yeah, you just run your offense.
1st and 10. Bowie fakes the handoff, going to sling it out right side, completes it
There
to
you
his
go.
receiver. Oh, nice move into the open field. And a nice play to get him down inside the RIEHM red zone. They'll mark him down at about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, it's just a good play there, like you guys were just talking about. I mean, you don't have to get it all at once. You just find the open man there and pick up that first down. Just keep marching along.
Cale Bailey on the reception. But, Tommy, the run after the catch was what was most impressive to me. I mean, he probably left 3 Chieftains in his wake there. First and goal. They actually spotted it at the 3-yard line, so Polar Bears in position. 10-10 left to play. Bowie brings a man in motion. They fake it to him. Bowie's going to keep it up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Margaretta. The Polar Bears take the lead once again with 10:01 left to play here in the ball game.
And what a job by Bowie keeping on his feet. Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains, they had the play read right off the edge. But
I think he did a little fake pitch there, and I think it sold just enough to get him that split second
to be able to just sneak up in there. Watch
Yeah, you
this
see
here.
right off the edge. You think he's dead to rights here.
Just enough right there that he right
Oh,
up the middle.
makes a mess. Ow.
And the defense really had to respect. Oh, nice attempt on the block there, but they do get it up and good. So the Polar Bears once again take a 3-point lead. It's 23-20. 10:01 left to play here in the ball game.
Yeah, and they got me eating my words when I said it was 4-down territory, and they elected to go with the field goal on that second field goal attempt of the game. Oh, right here, 3-point lead by the Polar Bears.
I mean, these are two talented squads and two talented coaches. They, they got game plans. They know what they're doing out there, and
That's why
you're seeing it come to fruition here.
You can't leave points on the field. You have to take them whenever they're there. Yes,
Yeah.
4th down and goal, you want to go for it.
Oh yeah, you guys.
But man, can you imagine even just one of those field goals if they wouldn't have went for the field goal and tried to go for it, got stopped, it's a tie ball game.
Right, and with 10 minutes left, you never know what could happen in the last 10 minutes. That could be the deciding factor. Because
Well,
3 points.
the way these defenses have been playing, I mean, in the second half, seen a little bit more scoring here, but these defenses, they can bring it.
Yeah, here in the second half, it's not so much the defense are playing down. This is offense is just stepping up.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Greg. That's a great point. These 48 minutes, they'll grind on anybody, especially if you're playing two-way. But, you put so much in on defense, come back out. You come out there on offense, you have to make the most out of those drives. And that's exactly what Margaretta was able to do. They got the short field, and they made the most out of the short field to put points on the board. And now you have to pin the Chieftains deep.
Boy, with a deep kick, and this is going to go out of bounds. So the Chieftains will take over at their own 35-yard line.
Did they get the illegal procedure? That one go out of bounds?
It did, right about the 6-yard line is where it went out. So Chieftains will take over at their own 30-yard line, not 35. No, it is the 35. At first they started to mark it at the 30, but that's right, Greg. We do have to touch on our fan of the game, brought to you by YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, as Brendon Blott was down there on the sidelines during halftime. Marched over to the Hopewell-Loudon student section and was able to find a fan of the game for us. So we'll get to that here in just a moment. But here we have the Chieftains coming out. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They're looking to be the team of the game here. Walk away with the victory.
Brody Brickman fakes the handoff, now follows Kramer off to the left side.
So dangerous. Man, he is so dangerous down behind the blocker.
Yeah, and you also just have a bunch of these Polar Bears breathing down your neck, nipping at your heels. What a nice job to out-hustle and outrun the coverage there as well.
Yeah, you got a lot of angry Polar Bears out there, and they are flying around.
That pursuit to the ball has not been an issue with either team here tonight.
2nd down and 8. Ball at the 37-yard line. Jacoby Ellis in a pistol formation. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, looking, slings it right side. Calatrulio complete on the reception. Boy, Tommy, it looked like, Bailey had him step for step, but Calatrulio, at the end of that route, he just kind of separated, and the defender stayed in that zone coverage, never went with him.
Yeah, I mean, that one was just perfectly drawn up. You see here on the play action, they roll out under pursuit, able to throw it there and find his man right there along the sideline. That forces that coverage to have to run all the way across the field.
It's a nice job by Calatrulio. Use the leverage there.
Oh!
Blown up in the backfield,
Oh my God,
but
he's
Brickman's
still up.
still on his feet.
Wow.
Man, this kid is tougher than shoe leather.
Man, I tell you what, I'd be in the hospital for 6 months out there.
I'm
like
just saying, that looked like a car crash.
It looked like 3 of them. He just kept taking them and staying, and boom, right there. Nope, not there.
Boom, nope,
no,
not there.
Nope, get off me. And then finally.
Wow. Once again, replay is brought to you by CLOUSE Construction. 2nd and 12. Ball at the 49. They need to move it past the 37 to convert here. Ellis in the shotgun, takes the snap. Looking, slings it right side. Another completion. And once again, Calatrulio on the catch at about the 40-yard line. They'll mark him at the 39 or the 41. So it'll be 3rd and about 4 coming up. They got most of the yardage they needed there.
And on their last drive, converting 2 4th downs. I imagine once this Chieftain team gets past the 50, you got to be saying more times than none that's 4-down territory. They have not been looking to flip the field here.
A lot of time to get this play in here. I'm not sure if this is going to have to be a situation where they might take a timeout because
Yeah, it just seems like it's taking a
it's
long.
extended time to get this play in here. No time. We have no play clock down here, so we don't know if the refs are even keeping track of it. I'm serious. That was probably at least 40 seconds. Brickman fakes the handoff, keeps it right side. Got the first down inside the 35 to the 34. Brody Brickman, once again, a bruising carry.
I think he was even able to go on 2 there. This is not what you want if you're the Margaretta Polar Bears. The conversion of downs by the Chieftains. This is what puts together these long, sustained drives that can bury you quick.
1st and 10 at the 35. Pistol formation, Ellis in the shotgun. Slings it right side, complete to Calatrulio once again. Boy, they're giving too much coverage. They're giving too much cushion on the outside.
I noticed that they're playing a little too deep on them, and these receivers are quick, man. They just go out and they just cut.
Yeah, they're just running a little 7-yard out, and it's there every single time.
And there's something about the connection between this quarterback and the receivers on this team where he has this ability to throw the ball, and each time, to me, it looks like it's not even going to make it to the receiver. It's somehow they're just glide right underneath of it, and they're there. It's incredible.
He throws it to where they're going to be.
yeah. It's crazy.
Great anticipation on his throws. Ellis in the pistol formation once again. Takes the snap, handoff to Kramer. Kramer follows his blocks forward, and he's going to be close to the first down, but just short. They'll mark him at the 26.
And it's just methodical here, guys, just eating up the clock, going down the field, Hopewell playing their game, knowing that if they can just keep going without being stopped, they're going to take the lead here again with very minimal time left.
You push, you press, and now in this 3rd and short situation, you got to continue to press. If you're the Margaretta Polar Bears, you know exactly what they're going to throw at you here on 3rd and 2.
You got to man up.
Brickman handed off. Kramer stood up, driven backwards, but he keeps moving. He's staying on his feet, but he's eventually dropped at the 26-yard line, so no gain on the play. 4th down coming up. Man. And these Chieftains, boy, they just keep going to the well on 4th down.
I don't blame them.
Well, when the well can run like that.
I'm just saying, though, eventually, don't they run dry?
Well, that's the thing, is if you're the Margaretta, if you're Chieftains, you got to impose your will on Margaretta. Margaretta, you know you're going to throw it at them on 4th down here. It's up to Margaretta to stop you with the pressure.
And it could be the stop of the game here, guys.
Brody Brickman, quarterback keeper behind Jason Kramer, left side. Watch. Maybe right side here. 4th and 1.
Wherever he goes, he's
keeps
following
it
him.
right side, right behind his blocks, picks up the first down up to the 20-yard line.
I mean, guys, and I don't mean this in a negative way. It's almost like simple backyard football sometimes with these Chieftains. They just go out there, they know what plays they got that works and how they execute them. They just do them.
The Chieftains are inevitable.
I like that. But this is, again, one of these situations where this is Northwest Ohio football.
That's right.
It's one right down there in the short distance situations.
I tell you guys, you notice there on the replay, the guy coming off the end, he has to kind of hesitate because he doesn't know if it's going to be handed off or not.
That's right. He has to respect that. And that's a good look. And that's why the Chieftains have stayed in that look for the most part throughout this game. 1st and 10 at the 20. Fake the handoff. Now Brickman's going to keep it again.
Pretty much the same play.
And he's down to the 19-yard line inside the RIEHM red zone.
And again,
this Brickman, he's showing up and showing out, showing why he's probably one of the top 10 toughest players in the area, and 9 of them send him birthday cards.
Now we're about 4.5 minutes here, guys. These Chieftains just keep, as long as they keep moving, that's all that matters. You know, picking up those first downs. It doesn't matter if you get 2 on first down, 3 on second down, as long as you can get that first down.
That's right. 2nd and 9 coming up here. Chieftains come out in a shotgun set. Brody Brickman back there with Jason Kramer. Calatrulio, the lone receiver here on the near side of the field.
And you got to respect him because he's got some shifty moves on his routes out there.
Right behind him again.
Fake the handoff. Now they go left side with Brickman. He spins out of a tackle, spins forward.
Oh, that ball come.
He kind of, I think he stretched out there for us.
He stretched at the end to try to get a couple extra yards.
Dangerous.
But they're going to say he was down at the 15. So it's going to be 3rd and 5.
We see that motion man lining up in the A-gap. You know exactly what they're going to come at you with. You bring a guy off the edge there, you try to punch that out, especially if he's going to keep it on that read.
What a 50-50 down this is here.
Yeah.
3rd down and 5. It's like you both got pretty much the same chance of either stopping them or making it. And
well, chances are starting to run thin here, Greg. 3:20 remaining here in the fourth
quarter.
Yeah,
they've taken another minute off since the last
much
play.
of the clock here.
And a minute since the last play.
They got the ball with 10 minutes left here.
Yeah.
Ellis hands it off. Kramer up the middle.
Wow.
Breaks the tackle. Still running. Down inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Jason Kramer sets up the Chieftains with a 1st and goal.
They definitely felt like they were almost respecting the pass more on that one. They just kind of opened the middle up there.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, that one was C-spot run on how easy it was to read. You know they were going to come at you with that smashing, just, Hopewell-Loudon Chieftain football. That's the way it's done there.
They are doing whatever they want to do here. Now, inside of 3 minutes to play, Chieftains trailing by 3. They have it inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, well, they haven't won their SBC or whatever. What is it, 5 years in a row now or 4 years in a row?
SBC River 5 times in a row.
By coincidence, that's for sure.
All 5 years they've been in the river, they won it.
And here's the thing.
Brickman fakes the handoff,
Again.
keeps it, stood up, but keeps his legs churning, keeps driving, keeps pushing, and he is down to the 3-yard line.
Man.
God, and this is going to take us under 2 minutes.
We got an official's timeout or a timeout, Margaretta. Timeout by the Polar Bears. 2:18 left to play here in the ball game.
Yeah, you got to start taking them here because you know what's about to happen.
Absolutely. 2nd down and goal at the 4-yard line. This timeout brought to you by Joe Bailiff's Route 30 Harley-Davidson in Upper Sandusky. Folks, make sure you stick around for the post-game show. We have our player of the game brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. And, of course, we got to break this one down. This is a huge matchup here. All the marbles are on the table here.
Who called this timeout? Hopewell?
Margaretta did.
Margaretta did?
Yeah, they're trying to conserve clock here, man.
Well, I don't disagree. That's what I was going to say was the smart plays. You get a stop here on 2nd down, burn one of those timeouts.
Yeah, so Nate said it. Inevitable is what you're facing right here. So you got to be able to, at this point, you're kind of planning for the future.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, if they're going to punch it in here and they're going to leave us no time, we've got to make contingency plans
You still want to get the stop, Greg. You still want to play
Absolutely.
for the stop.
But you got to plan for it if you don't.
Again, if they get in, you still got some time to work with. So not all is lost. But again, if you're able to hold strong here.
I mean, that's
Brendon.
the game of football, man.
Brendon, you're a Hopewell guy. How you feeling down there, man?
I'm just glad we got a great game going on, man.
Brickman, keeper, up the middle, and he's in! Touchdown, Hopewell-Loudon! Brody Brickman plunges in from 4 yards out and puts the Chieftains on top. 26 to 23, 2:12 left to play in the ball game.
Well, you remember at the top of the program we had said to dance with what brought you.
What was that, Brendon?
I said I'm feeling a whole lot better now.
You see on the CLOUSE construction replay, Brickman just once again continuing.
Like the 2nd and 3rd and 4th efforts that we've seen out of these Hopewell runners all night long.
It has me wondering if they've been out here like plowing the fields by pulling the plows themselves or something. Dude, these legs are unreal with these kids out here, just driving and driving.
Something about Hopewell running backs and plows, you know. Brickman, quarterback keeper, going to keep it off the right side, trying to find some running room, but he is stood up and dropped.
What?
Yeah.
And it's a 3-point ball game. 26-23 with 2:12 left to play in the ball game.
Huge play there.
Doors wide open for the Polar Bears. They got 2 timeouts, 2:12 left to play.
And special teams has been your ally, especially in the kick return game. Now you're playing to win the game, but if all else fails, you have the fail-safe in trying to go for the field goal.
And if you're Hopewell-Loudon, do you even kick it deep to them? You might just wait, say, hey, I'm going to kick this one out of bounds or kick it into the end zone. But I don't know if I'm letting them touch the ball on the return here.
No, again, because if you get that ball past midfield, we see what this kicker's leg is.
Yeah.
And even though he's been 0 for 1 coming into the night, he's made 2 here thus far tonight, or 3 here thus far tonight. You can't discount that. This offense by the Margaretta Polar Bears are able to score, and if they have to, they can go to the kicking game.
And that's the thing there, guys, is the kick return here is going to be pivotal, so excuse me, because this offense, they can't move down the field very fast.
That's right.
And time is not on their side, so they need a big return here with a short field to be able to use this 2 minutes to close this one out. You get too far down here and you got too much field to go, you might not make it in time.
That's a great point.
I really don't know if you have to run 2 minutes, especially against this high caliber offense who can score at you seemingly at will if they want to. Gosh. I think my game plan here is just to continue to play your brand of football.
Now, crowd on both sides on their feet. What a ball game we've had for you here tonight on Heart of Ohio Sports.
This is football, guys.
And the return man fields it at the 14.
Come on, need a big return here.
To the 25.
Uh-oh.
Cuts it inside. And he's going to be brought down short of the 30 at about the 28-yard line. That's where the Polar Bears will take over with 2:03 left to play in the ball game.
So it could definitely be much worse than that. Could be better, but got to work with what you got here.
Well, this game's all about numbers and statistics. Anytime you start a drive from behind the 20, it lowers your chance of scoring by 7%. Here to start this drive out on the 28-yard line. Again, you got some field to work with. You don't have to be too quick with it, but again, you can't be moseying around and, him hauling up to the line like you were earlier.
Yep, you can't be picking up 2 yards and taking your time to get the next play in. You just, as we saw in that last drive, the minutes just melted away.
Hand off the right side. Wow. Nice jet sweep look there. And a nice carry all the way down to the 45-yard line. I think he stayed in bounds, but a beautiful carry there. Tyson Bailey picks up an NLS professional grounds first down. And now the Polar Bears have it at the 45. That clock continues to roll. 1:50 left to play in the game. Chieftains have already given up more points than they have all year. 23 here tonight for the Polar Bears, 26 for the Chieftains. Jake Bowie slings it left side.
Comes up
and that one is incomplete.
Pops right out.
Intended for Cale Bailey.
And guys, was that a good or a bad thing right there? There wasn't that many yards, and it's going to stop the clock.
Yeah, that's a good point, Greg, yeah.
It's like you always could use the yards, but it wasn't like that was the first down there. So,
second down coming up. 1:35 left to play in the ball game.
Well, you know better than anybody, Greg, that 2nd and 7 is a lot easier to make up against this Hopewell-Loudon defense than 2nd and long.
But also, Tommy, I think it might be a little bit easier to drop a play here if you got a few more seconds to breathe and think about it than trying to rush up to the line after that possible catch in bounds there.
I smell what you're stepping in there.
2nd and 10. Bowie fakes the handoff, looking, slings it left, complete, has it to his receiver.
Oh, wow.
And a nice catch and run.
No.
That should have been after the play was over. Yeah, he was down as the ball came out.
So is that we're gonna be about a yard short maybe, it looks like? Yeah. 3rd and 1 there. Clock's still ticking, guys.
How? What? Mason Cromer on the reception. 3rd and 1 coming up. 1:10 left to play in the ball game.
Oh, they didn't give him the line to gain?
No.
So the Polar Bears
listen to that band out there,
trying
guys.
to convert.
Playing the Jaws music.
Yeah. This is Friday Night Lights, folks. Jake Bowie slings it right side, incomplete.
Oh, wow.
And a flag flies in.
Wow.
He did not need to do that. Reese Hoover did not need to push the receiver down.
Yeah, they had.
He had that. That was an overthrown ball.
Yeah, there's a push and there's a shove.
Well,
that was a
sure
shove.
That the Chieftain defense got the pressure there, maybe got a hand on it. As you see that ball comes out pretty ugly.
Now, there's a discussion going on here with the officials. Maybe they're talking about whether that is an uncatchable ball.
Because, I mean, it looked a little violent, but if it's in play, man, that's the game of football, so.
I don't know.
It's hard. I mean, the flag came out, guys. It's just. We'll see what they say here. No, they called it on him. They just made a. He just signaled something against Hopewell, I swear.
So we'll see what the call is here as they.
Donnie does a good job of following these refs around to get to watch them.
So they started out from the line of scrimmage. So are they saying he didn't catch the ball?
No, he didn't catch the ball. But
Yeah, obviously he didn't catch the ball,
Yeah,
but are they saying that he was a defenseless receiver, or are they saying that was pass interference? I don't understand.
either way, it works out for the Polar Bears there. Again, Nate, we're not.
Oh, it's a hit to the head, Donnie
Yeah.
said.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Brendon, you got an update for us? What happened down there, man?
It's a big contact. The ball goes flying over his head. I'm not sure what the call was.
No, I think you're right
I
there,
had a
Brendon.
ref
Again,
running from
that
this side of the field all the way over.
That ball sails from over his head, and just the cleanup there, right there where it's thrown.
To me, it looks like he shoved him in the back, guys.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't
That's
know
why I don't understand why it would be a targeting call. It wasn't really a head.
So, I don't know. Maybe we're just not getting the right signal up here or something.
I don't know. Brendon, you got anything?
Well, like I said, I had a ref over here running all the way across the field to guard something, but it doesn't seem like it really did a whole lot for him.
There's a lot of that going on tonight. A lot of, they'll start to make a call, and then one referee will run in and say, hey, wait, I saw it this way. Mm-hmm. And then they kind of have to conference and think about it.
That's a big game. It's a huge game. I wouldn't want to be one of those refs out there tonight. I mean, you got to do your job, obviously, but man, what a hard job to have tonight.
54 seconds in this huge SBC River matchup, Nate. And
Ball at the 30-yard line, 54 seconds left. Shotgun formation. Jake Bowie in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Looking. Slings it down the middle of the field. Incomplete.
I said you got to take care of the ball down here, guys.
Almost got it to the official.
Mason Reinbolt, the intended receiver, down the middle of the field. He had him down the seam, just overthrew his intended target. But yeah, Greg, you make a good point. You have to take care of the football here, no matter what.
You're sniffing in on field goal territory, and if you make a mistake, it's over.
I think you're forward of that one shot to try to catch him sleeping over the
That's
top
right.
there.
Right.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
That was your bite at the apple with that.
A scary bite.
How many timeouts did Margaretta have? 2 or 1?
I think they have 2. Did they use one on this drive? I don't think they did.
I'm not sure.
Unless they forced him to use one on the injury.
Did they force him to use
I mean, the action has been so crazy, guys.
I don't think they do that in high school.
Let's see here, guys. Second down now.
Quarterback under center. Fake the handoff. Rolls to the right. Slings it out.
Whoa.
Incomplete.
They
He
blew
was
that one
hit
up.
as he threw Eli Benner in there to make the hit on the quarterback.
Oh, he's coming out.
Yeah, Bowie took a hit right in the arm as he threw that one, and I don't know if he's got enough arm to get it out there.
Guys, take a look at that again. I'm trying to see it. Maybe if his own player got pushed into his arm. Look at that. Oh, nope, he got pulled a little bit. There was contact there by his own player and the defender, and he just kind of started shaking his arm, so.
It looks like he's okay. Wasn't sure because he was kind of shaking his arm there for a second.
He was shaking.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
kind of dangling and shaking it.
I mean, I got pinched in there.
Yeah. 3rd and 10. Are you throwing the string here, or what are you?
You got to get 5 at least. You got to pick up 5. This is 4-down territory, obviously. So, I'd say go for an underneath pass.
43 seconds left here, guys, and
Try to find something in the middle of the field here.
they should have at least one timeout left.
Bowie slings it left side, complete. Receiver has it. Cale Bailey breaks a tackle to the 5.
You gotta get up. Do they
And
got a timeout?
Bailey down to the 6-yard line. Quickly, the Polar Bears up to the line.
Spike it here.
Wow.
Take a timeout.
33 seconds left in the game. Clock continues to roll, and they keep the offense on the field. No spike. They call it a play.
Guys, yeah. Down to 24 there. I think I heard a whistle there. Yep.
And hang on, I think Hopewell's going to take a timeout.
Especially if they're going to rush it.
No, they pointed at the
No,
Polar
Margaretta.
Bears side.
Is that Polar Bears?
Yeah.
Because honestly,
They waited long enough.
here's the thing. if they were going to go for it there and just hurry up to the ball, that's a great call.
Yeah, that
is a great call by that Margaretta coaching
force the
staff.
Chieftains to burn their time.
Exactly, and force them to keep their defenders on the field. They can't substitute.
Yep.
So I don't know about
just-
this timeout, but maybe they saw something they didn't like.
Either that, or maybe they just didn't have the call that they were confident in there.
Yeah.
You know, they just didn't have the right play drawn up and said, you know what, guys, we can't risk this here. Like, we got to be confident about what we're doing.
Greg, you only get just a few more plays, and you have to make each one count.
Just a few more bites at the apple here. That's it. Brendon, where you at, man?
Brayden Brickman.
Brayden Brickman?
It's coming.
Yeah, he's about making
He's
me
sealing
lay a
the game
Brickman
right
here
here.
in this late in
So
this
he
one.
thinks he's going to put this game on ice for the Polar Bears? Is that what you're saying?
I thought
He's going to come up with a big play here.
I thought Brayden already graduated. I thought we were talking about Brody. First and goal at the 6. 24 seconds left. Margaretta trailing by 3. 26-23 is your score.
I don't think there's a person sitting down in the stands right now.
Everybody on their feet here at Chieftains Stadium.
Look at Kinn Burns with this.
Jake Bowie, quarterback, under center. Brings a man in motion. Bowie fumbles the snap.
Oh, no.
And he falls on top of it. And the Polar Bears get it back. But oh my goodness.
Do they have any timeouts left, guys?
I think they have one left.
They got it?
They have to use it there.
Oh, my gosh.
Bowie was thinking about what he was going to do with the ball before he took the snap. Oh.
What a disastrous play.
And the Chieftains dodge a bullet there as they move them back to the 10-yard line.
Guys,
So 2nd and 10 coming up here.
If they were out of timeouts, what happened there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they were getting
That's
up fast
chaos.
enough. Like, yeah, people were still laying in a pile on the ground and stuff.
Now you are out of timeouts.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't do something right around the one. You have to take a few shots in the end zone and then line up your field goal unit if you can't get that in the next 2 plays.
It's do or die time. SBC River on the line here at Chieftains Stadium. Chieftains hanging on to a 26-23 lead. This timeout brought to you by our friends at Joe Bailiff's Route 30 Harley-Davidson. What were you saying, Brendon? Nothing? He's like, I got nothing.
I'm just enjoying this game,
I'm
man. It's
speechless.
awesome.
We'll see on 2nd and 10 if they try to shorten it up.
But again,
Get
guys,
throw it out of bounds, or are they going to?
Yep, gotta watch that clock now.
Or dig to the end zone here.
Jake Bowie in the shotgun. 3 receivers set. Rolls to the right. Looking. Slings it in the middle of the end zone.
Wow.
Touchdown, Margaretta. Wide open. Cale Bailey wide open in the middle of the end zone. And Jake Bowie found him for the touchdown. And the Polar Bears take a 29-26 lead with 12 seconds to go.
Stunning. Number 2.
Unreal.
Division 6, Region 26.
How did he sneak into the backfield, guys?
12 seconds.
Look at that.
Punch for punch. Both of these teams all night. This has been a championship bout.
And Nate, I swear earlier this week, I'm pretty sure I remember you saying at one point that you thought the team that had the ball last would probably be the winner of this game.
And there's still 12 seconds left on the clock. So if you're a Chieftain Nation, you're still holding your breath. You still know.
Yeah, they need to get the
And they-
block here or miss extra point.
Oh, wow. And the block.
Point game.
The Chieftains get the block on the extra point, keeping it a 3-point ball game. Now there's 12 seconds left. If you're Margaretta, you're just going to kick this a squib kick down the middle of the field, try to take some time off the clock. But, man, if you're Hopewell-Loudon, you want to get the ball in the hands of number 7 any way possible right now.
Do the Chieftains have one timeout or no?
I think they do.
I think they have one.
I think they still have one timeout, at least one. Brendon, you know how many timeouts they have left?
I think 2.
2.
It's a possibility to have two, but I'm almost positive they had one at least.
Once again, Brendon Blott, our sideline reporter tonight. Happy birthday to the sideline reporter. What are you now, like 16, 17?
8.
What's that?
23.
Wow.
Yeah, nobody likes you. Especially when you're 23.
Nobody likes you when you're 23. That was not a shot at Brendon.
I forgot to update the score. My bad. I just looked up and said 23. Wait a minute.
29-26, Margaretta on top. 12 seconds left to play.
I was waiting for that field goal extra, or the extra point. I forgot to update it.
Senior quarterback Jake Bowie on to kick it off for the Polar Bears here.
And you're in for the damnedest 12 seconds of football that you're going to see here in week 7.
Say Bowie's more like a life preserver out there for the Polar Bears tonight, guys.
Kicks it deep. Brickman
Whoa!
fumbles it, but picks it up in the end zone.
It's going to be taking it from
This is going to be it, folks. This is going to be the game here, most likely. And Brickman actually is going to go down.
Wow.
Back at the 12-yard line. Outstanding coverage by the Polar Bears as they have been all night long on special teams. Brilliant.
Yeah, all 3 phases. And there you see the kick return team coming up huge.
So just 5 seconds left to play in the ball game, and the Chieftains have it all the way at their own 12-yard line. 88 yards to go to keep their conference title streak alive. They need to go 88 yards in 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's just you don't doubt at all that they could go 88 yards.
Absolutely not.
But man, what a game this has been. That game of chess back and forth. Both teams trying to leave the other team with little time. I don't know if you can get much little time in 5 seconds. There
Ellis, back to pass.
How far can he throw it?
Down the field, into the middle of the field, and it is batted down, incomplete, and that's the ball game.
Wow.
The Polar Bears come in and stun the Chieftains on homecoming night and knock off the undefeated number 2 team in the state. 29-26 is your final score. What a ball game here tonight. And the Chieftains just left a little too much time on the clock. Because, Tommy, you had it at 10 minutes. You drove down the field, took 8 minutes off the clock.
They did a great
but
job.
You needed to take 9.5.
Yep.
What a ball game here tonight. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union post-game show. We'll have our player of the game brought to you by Benchwarmers right after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit to center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center. That's
Oh
probably at least
man, are you
360.
kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports. Discover your passion for music at Forte Music in Tiffin. Whether you're looking for lessons, instruments, or accessories, Forte Music offers everything you need to take your sound to the next level. From beginners to experienced musicians, they've got you covered with expert guidance and top quality gear. Forte Music, where music lives. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports is owned by Mullins Entertainment and located inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. The space features a state-of-the-art podcast studio, open for public use. Building a platform for creators is one of our top priorities. We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch it on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit the center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center. That's
Oh
probably at least
man, are you
360.
kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit the center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center. That's
Oh
probably at least
man, are you
360.
kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, welcome back here to Bascom, Ohio. Final score, Margaretta 29, Hopewell-Loudon 26. Chieftains fall to 6-1. Polar Bears move to 6-1. You're tuned in here on the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, and we have our player of the game presented by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. He's joining us here in the press box.
Yeah, me so I can pull this up here.
There you go.
Let's do this.
Put that on you right there. All right, so without further ado, our player of the game brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Senior quarterback Jake Bowie. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm saying it now.
Boy. Yeah.
I started saying it right, but then I'm my bad.
No, that's all right.
But hey, once again, our player of the game, Jake Bowie. Man, what a ball game. Talk about this one. Now, I know going into this one, you guys had a huge chip on your shoulder. Obviously, after last year ended, it didn't end the way you wanted it to. What was the mentality going into this game?
I mean, we've been working hard all year, all week, especially in practice. We knew this was a big game, and we just knew we got to bond together, and we just got to fight with each other, and we know we're going to come out victorious, and that's what we did.
Absolutely. Now, I had Judah Keller in our player spotlight coming into this one. He had a lot of stats. Obviously, he stands out on the field. He plays with a lot of swagger, you know.
Yes.
But I'm going to tell you what, young man, you really put some tape out there tonight. Outstanding performance, not just in the passing game, but man, 3 for 3 on field goals. You hadn't made one coming into this one. What was the? I mean, what did you eat something special for breakfast today?
I don't know. It must have been the Cocoa Pebbles I had.
Man, talk about that as a kicker. Now you're a quarterback, but then you have to come out there and kick the field goals, kick extra points. What's your mindset like when you go up, line up for a field goal?
I just know I just gotta stay calm, and everyone's got my back. I know they're gonna block for me, and I just gotta use my right technique and just knock it through the uprights.
And you did. You did more often than not tonight. Once again, big time performance. Now, I want to walk you through game-winning drive. 2 minutes left, 2 timeouts in your back pocket. That was the stuff of legend right there, man. Like, that's the stuff that people are going to talk about for decades over in Margaretta. This is going to be a folklore tale that they're going to tell their kids and their grandkids about the game that Jake Bowie threw a wide-open touchdown pass to beat the undefeated Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains in Bascom on homecoming night. Man, what were you thinking when you took the ball down 3?
I just knew that blocking was going to be excellent. I knew everyone was going to just complete their assignments. Everybody was cheering for everyone. It wasn't just me. It was my linemen, my receivers, my backs. We just knew we were just going to pound it down, and we had confidence, and we knew that we were going to put it in there, and we were going to win, and that's what we did.
And now, the last play of the game, you got the goal line situation, less than 30 seconds left. What was your mindset? What were you thinking in the huddle as you were talking to the guys? You just kind of, how did you get everybody on the same page for that play?
Oh, we knew we were going to win. Big shout out Camden Heinlein, my center, everyone. They stick together, and they rally, and they fight all game long. They pump everyone up. As we're going out there, Camden is yelling. Everyone's getting hype. We knew that this was going to be the play that's going to end the game for us, and that's kudos to them. It's all them, not me.
You put the stamp on it, man. What an outstanding performance here tonight. Now, I don't want to hold you too much longer because I know you got to celebrate with your teammates, but holding the winged cardinal, you can go talk to Judah about what that feels like. But, man, what a performance. We'll see you guys next week. We'll be over there for the Calvert game.
Yep.
But, man, any shout-outs you got for anybody out there? Because there's a lot of Polar Bear fans watching.
Shout out Grandma Far Away from Dayton, Ohio. I think she's watching. Otherwise, she's watching on the huddle.live. But shout out Grandma.
All right. Well, once again, our player of the game, Jake Bowie, you're going to have a $25 gift card to Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. I know it's a little bit of a drive, but I swear, you've got to come check it out. Phenomenal food, great burgers, great fries. Come on over to our neighborhood.
Yep.
Maybe next week you can stop by for a post-game meal or something.
Yeah, hopefully we do this again.
All right. Well, once again, our player of the game, brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Jake Bowie. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll come back with more of the post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We'll wrap things up. Margaretta 29, Hopewell 26. We'll be right back after this.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Prevent opioid and stimulant misuse in your teen sports journey. Keep all medications locked and only use them as prescribed. Talk openly about the dangers of misusing painkillers and stimulants. Work with healthcare providers to find safe alternatives for pain and focus. Protect their future. Prevent misuse. Visit carsa.org for prevention tips and community resources.
Heart of Ohio Sports is your home for live video streaming of high school football. Don't settle for the rest when you can go with the best right here on the pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, welcome back. We're live here in Bascom, Ohio with the postgame show brought to you by our friends at Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Once again, your final score, Margaretta 29, Hopewell-Loudon 26. The Polar Bears stay undefeated in SBC River play. Their one blemish came in week 1 versus Vermilion in a 1-point loss. But since then, Tommy, they have reeled off 5 straight, including this one here tonight, or 6 straight, including this one here tonight against Hopewell-Loudon. What are your thoughts on this Polar Bear team?
Well, no pun intended, but you've seen the snowball start to roll over the past couple seasons, and they get some veteran players back like Boy and Judah Keller, and you start seeing this squad that grew up together start clicking, and in the senior campaign, gosh, this Margaretta Polar Bear team is one to be dealt with here in the area. But you know, again, you come into hostile territory, you're taking on the number 2 team in the state. This is one of those statement wins, especially on the back 9 of the season, that you take with you and you only improve upon. If you're Hopewell-Loudon, I don't know if you necessarily go back to the drawing board, but you got to understand that in the lay of the land and the litmus test, to get to where you're expecting to be as a program, you're going to have to play teams like Margaretta and a lot tougher, especially down the stretch. So you got to be able to finish off games and keep opponents out of them at the end of the day. And I know that's easier said than done, as this one was so close, but it's just one of those things where it just seemed like at the end of the day, the Chieftains, they're, instead of playing not to lose, you got to continue to play to win each and every down.
And I felt like, you know, they didn't overlook this Margaretta team at all, Tommy. When we talked with Coach Calatrulli on Tuesday at the Coach's Corner, you know, he mentioned that this is a team that they've had on their schedule since the beginning. They've had circled on their schedule since the beginning of the year. They knew this was going to be a tough game. And, I mean, these Polar Bears gave them everything they had and then some. They come away with a victory here on homecoming night, 29-26, the final score. We got a couple more segments to get to here tonight. First, let's talk about our fan of the game, or our play of the game, sorry. Our play of the game is brought to you by our friends at Bascom Communications Bright Wireless. And tonight, I think the turning point in this game was at the beginning of the second half. You talk about the 3-and-out by the Margaretta defense, and then directly after that 3-and-out, you had this. Return man fields it at the 45, to the 40, to the 30,
and I'm not going to say that that's his brother, but it's got to be some kind of relation.
As Zach Bowie takes that one back. Boy takes it back 55 yards for a punt return for a touchdown. That's our play of the game. Once again, brought to you by our friends at Bascom Communications with Bright Wireless.
Yeah, I don't think you could have picked a better play of the game, as that one encapsulates and hits right on the head exactly the difference in this one. You had to play all 3 phases of the game, and special teams, especially on that punt return, that paid off dividends down the stretch and at the end. And then in the final seconds of this one, the mishandled kick return and the coverage team by the Polar Bears put Chieftains in an unenviable spot, almost an impossible situation with 5 seconds left at the game to get anything going. So great job by the special teams here tonight, and you see there in that play of the game is just exactly what special teams can do for you. And then, you know, there's your proof.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, you talk about Boy, he had an impressive night tonight, and I'm just impressed with his composure in certain situations. You know, that kick that you mentioned all the way back to the goal line. Jake Bowie all night long was kicking the ball inside the 10-yard line, putting the Chieftains in advantageous situations where they had to drive the length of the field, as opposed to, you know, a lot of times these Chieftains, they get the ball at the 40, 50-yard line. They got short field. They know what to do with a short field. I'm not saying they don't know what to do with 80 yards, but it makes it a lot harder when you got to go 80 as opposed to 50 yards.
Yeah.
Just saying. So, once again, great job by our player of the game, Jake Bowie. And we still have one more segment to get to here, as we have
Fan of the game.
Our fan of the game segment, brought to you by our friends at YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants.
Well, not the big head, too.
Tonight, we gave it to Carter Reinhardt, as Brendon found him at halftime and said, that's the kid. He's got to have it. He's the player, or the fan of the game. So once again, Carter Reinhardt takes home the Fan of the Game award. Big shout out and a thank you to our friends at YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants. If you want to look your best, don't go to the rest. Go to our friends at YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants. All right, Tommy, I think that's pretty much going to do it for us here tonight. You got any final thoughts, bub?
I just think that, here in the stretch, in the back 9 of the season, these are the games that make all the difference, and definitely is a telling story as we get ready to wrap up the regular season in a blink of an eye. I can't. Yeah. Week 8 next week. Computer points become all that much more important down the stretch. Remember, we collapsed the expanded playoff format, so only the top 12 teams get in. So you're going to have to go on heartofohiosports.com. You're going to have to keep up with Josh Morgret and Kyle Holsinger and their up-to-date coverage in and out. Even Connor Rouse. Like, we got all sorts of feelers out there for Heart of Ohio Sports, bringing you the latest and greatest and up-to-date stats in the area as only Heart of Ohio Sports can. And again, we can't thank you enough, the fans, for joining us live and paywall free each and every week, and we look forward to doing more with you next week for another huge game.
There are those who cover sports, but we are sports. It's in the name, folks. Heart of Ohio Sports, your source for live streaming high school football all season long, right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State. All right, I want to give a big shout-out to Brendon Blott, the birthday boy, for doing a great job down on the sidelines tonight. Donnie Hannam did an outstanding job on our overhead camera, getting some great shots here tonight. Once again, Greg the Wizard Kinn making us look good. But, folks, when I say that, I really mean it. Like, he did a great job this week of getting ready for this game. Everything was ready on Monday and Tuesday, but we had the video we wanted to put together. We had a couple commercials. We had to go out and get some video footage from NLS Professional Grounds. I just want to give a big shout-out to Greg. Honestly, he's working on an all-nighter right now, so he's going to go home and get some sleep after this. But big shout-out to Greg the Wizard Kinn for all of his efforts. And, of course, thanks to my partner, Tommy Hall, for obviously being the best color guy in the business. Once again, thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Your final score, Margaretta 29, Hopewell 26. Have a great night, everybody. You've been watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Boy, slings it. Complete. What a catch. And into the open. Big play by Tyson Bailey. Handoff. Pressure. Steps up. Looking. Down the middle of the field. He's got a man in the end zone. And a catch is made at the 2-yard. After this play here, Jason Kramer on the carry. Into the middle and into the open. To the 20. To the 15. 10. 5. And big knockout blow. Boy, down the field. Looking for his receiver, and it's picked off. Fair play. Return there. Fields it at the 45, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and